This video continues with Chapter 100 Kahn, my child, let mommy take a good look at you please book all. Dragon Ball, the God of Destruction's sign-in system. Chapter 100 Kahn, my child, let mommy take a good look at you please book all. Chapter 100 Kahn, my child, let mother take a good look at you Earth, the Great Western Plains. Burdock, what's going on? Jin, who is petite and exquisite, has a dazed look on her delicate and pretty face. Where is this place? Aren't we until the Planet Vegeta? The surrounding area was extremely unfamiliar to Jiren, and she remembers, wasn't Planet Vegeta destroyed by Frieza? What's going on here? After carefully observing the surrounding environment and confirming that there was no danger, Burdock relaxed his vigilance a little. Burdock said in a strong voice, "It looks like we should have gone to another planet actually." Burdock didn't know what was going on either. In the last moment of his memory, he had been smashed to pieces by Frieza's star-killing blow. Now he was literally resurrected again. However, Burdock didn't dare to move around on a large scale before he figured out what the place was, because he didn't know what kind of danger there was on this planet. Just when Burdock and Jin were at a loss, a rainbow of 7 colors appeared from the sky and fell right in front of Burdock and Jin in the next second. The colorful rainbow dispersed and 2 figures came into view. Burdock. Jin quickly hid behind Burdock, and Burdock became vigilant again. Because of the 2 people who appeared suddenly, he didn't know him at all. These 2 people were Kahn and Vados, who rushed back at the fastest speed. "Who are you?" Burdock looked wary. Looking at Burdock and Jin standing in front of him alive, the blood in Kahn's body was churning continuously, and a strong feeling of longing welled up in his heart. 41 years later, he finally saw his biological father and mother again. Kahn's nose couldn't help sour, but seeing the vigilant Burdock, Kahn couldn't help but feel a little funny. He showed a gentle and bright smile and said, "My name is Kahn." "Ha, Kahn?" Jin was startled and said in surprise, "Burdock, we seem to have a son named Kahn, right?" Burdock nodded. He and Jin did have a son named Kahn, but it never occurred to Burdock that his second son, Kahn, had grown so big. Because to him, from Frieza's destruction of Planet Vegeta to his resurrection now, it feels like a blink of an eye. "I am your child, Kahn. Take a good look at me." Kahn suppressed the excitement in his heart, trying to make himself look calmer. Are you really my child, Kahn?" Jin couldn't believe it at first, and didn't dare to think that she looked at Kahn carefully, and then realized that Kahn was really similar to Burdock. For example, that handsome and resolute face, as well as the brown tail behind him, can well prove that Kahn is Saiyan. More importantly, Jin can indeed feel a blood-soluble family affection from Kahn. Of course, Burdock noticed this too, but he still couldn't believe it all. He asked, "Can you tell me what's going on?" "My child Kahn should only be 4 years old. Kahn was born in AD 734, and Planet Vegeta was destroyed by Frieza in 737. So wasn't Kahn only 4 years old in Burdock's memory?" Kahn was not in a hurry, and patiently explained to Burdock and Jin, 41 years have passed since the destruction of Planet Vegeta, and I made a wish to Shenron to resurrect you. Also, the planet you are on now is called Earth." "Earth? Is this the Earth?" Hearing that this is Earth, Burdock was shocked. Jin also said, "Burdock, I remember that the planet Kahn and Kakarot went to is also called Earth." "Yes." Burdock nodded solemnly. "So you're really my boy, Kahn?" Jin looked at Kahn in a daze, feeling both happy and incredulous. She is happy that her baby, who was still in the swaddling arms, has grown up so much now. It's amazing that they are still alive. Kahn nodded slightly and said, "Father, Mom, you are all fine now, and no one can bully you from now on." "Kahn, my boy." The moment she heard Kahn calling her mother, Jin couldn't hold back any longer. Jin, who was overwhelmed by maternal love, didn't care so much and rushed towards Kahn. "Mother." Kahn opened his arms and hugged Jin tightly. Kahn, who was held in Jin's arms back then, can now hold her in his arms. Jin raised her head and held Kahn's face. Her eyes were already wet with tears. Kahn, my child, let mother take a good look at you. You have suffered all these years on Earth. Kahn just smiled and said nothing. In fact, he has lived a good life on Earth these years, and he has not suffered much. Mom, you are still as young and beautiful as you were then, Puff. Kahn's compliment directly made Jin, who was still in tears because of excitement, laugh. You child, you have learned to praise your mother. Watching this scene, Burdock finally relaxed his vigilance. There was a gentle, fatherly smile on that tough, cross-guard face, and as incredible as it was, Burdock was now convinced that he was indeed resurrected. The person in front of him who looks somewhat similar to himself is his son Kahn. Immediately, Burdock also stepped forward. Burdock, come and hug our baby. Seeing Burdock coming, Jin also let go of Kahn. Kahn and Burdock, the father and son, looked at each other, smiled at each other, and then hugged each other for the first time in 41 years. Ask for flowers, neither of them spoke, and everything was kept silent. Watching the scene of the reunion of father and son, Vados beside him couldn't help but smile. Kahn, who is this lady? Jin glanced at Vados and asked. Oh, I almost forgot to introduce you. Kahn pulled Vados to his side and introduced. Father, mother, her name is Vados, and she is your daughter-in-law. Vados bowed slightly and said with a sweet smile, hello, parents-in-law, my name is Vados, and I have been married to Kahn for more than 10 years. Please give me your advice in the future. Hearing this, Jin said pleasantly, Kahn, you are married, come and let me take a good look. Then, Jin dragged Vados to chat. Burdock said to Kahn, Kahn, I am happy to see you grow up safe and sound. Where's Kakarot? Kahn chuckled and said, Kakarot looks exactly like you now, but he is not on Earth now. I will notify him later and let him return to Earth first. No problem. Hearing that Kakarot had also grown up successfully, Burdock secretly heaved a sigh of relief. It seemed that when Planet Vegeta was about to be destroyed, he made the right choice to send Kahn and Kakarot to Earth. Immediately, Burdock asked again, what about Raditz? I remember that when Frieza destroyed Planet Vegeta, he didn't seem to be in Planet Vegeta. Raditz, I killed him. Kahn didn't hide this matter from Burdock and told all the events of the year in full detail. After listening, Burdock blamed himself. I am also responsible for this matter because I neglected to discipline him. Self-discipline is one aspect. After the destruction of Planet Vegeta, Raditz grew up with people like Vegeta and Nappa. How can his personality be so good? Burdock had no doubts about Kahn's words. Since Raditz once wanted to kill Kakarot, he was not wronged at all by Kahn. No, Dad, you're not responsible for anything, it's all Raditz's fault. Kahn didn't think so, he said. I gave him a chance to reform himself back then, but he didn't cherish it. The past has passed, and it is meaningless to discuss who is right and who is wrong now. Burdock seemed less inclined to continue the subject. Kahn nodded. Indeed, so many years have passed, it is meaningless to talk about it now. The dead are dead, and the living should cherish the present. Burdock didn't blame Kahn for killing Raditz, either. On the contrary, in Burdock's mind, he believed that Raditz really deserved it. If he didn't want to kill Kakarot, why would Kahn kill him? If Kahn hadn't killed him back then, Kakarot would have been the one who died. Chapter 101 Married 3 Wives Who Look Like Gods. It is really enviable, please book in full. Chapter 101 I married 3 wives who look like gods, which is really enviable. Zeno, Universal Capsule Company. Grandpa is good, Grandma is good. Grandpa is good, Grandma is good. Lades and Lin Yu stepped forward to greet Burdock and Jin in turn. Hey, gangster. Looking at the rather handsome Lades and Lin Yu, Jin liked it more and more. She felt that when she woke up, she even had grandchildren. This kind of joy and excitement cannot be expressed in words. Even Burdock, who is naturally taciturn, is almost grinning from ear to ear. Burdock didn't expect that he would still be able to see his grandchildren alive, and what's even more outrageous is that his second son is promising. It is really enviable to marry 3 wives who look like celestial beings directly on the earth. Bulma joked, husband, father-in-law Burdock, you don't look like father and son sitting together, more like 947 is brothers. I think so too. No. 18 nodded lightly and echoed really. Since Burdock was resurrected after 41 years of death, in terms of age, Jiren is older than Burdock. So much so that they don't look like father and son at all, more like brothers. Although Kahn inherited Jin's hairstyle, his face shape and temperament are more of Burdock's shadow. Bulma's words made everyone laugh out loud. The atmosphere was joyous. Brother Kahn, I'm back. At this time, Son Goku's voice came from the door. Everyone looked at the source of the sound and saw Son Goku, Chichai, Son Gohan, Videl, and Son Goten standing at the door together. The eyes of Son Goku and the others were deeply attracted by Burdock. Son Goku can't be said to be exactly the same as Burdock, at least it can be said to be exactly the same. Oh my god, it's really exactly the same. Chichai opened his mouth wide in surprise. When Kahn informed her just now, Chichai still didn't believe it at first. Seeing it now, Chichai was completely shocked. It's incredible. Son Gohan also had an unbelievable look on his face. My grandfather actually looks exactly like my father. They are completely carved out of the same mold. Son Goten and Videl were even more confused. Originally, Burdock and Son Goku have exactly the same face and hairstyle, which is already incredible, plus a young Son Goten in this picture. It's really unimaginable. Compared with other people, when Son Goku saw Burdock's face exactly like him, a childhood memory picture from 41 years ago came to mind instantly. Son Goku was stunned on the spot. A voice from 41 years ago suddenly sounded in his mind. Kahn, Kakarot, you must live on the earth. Goodbye. When he first came to the earth and was picked up by Son Gohan, Kakarot was so restless that he hit his head heavily on a rock, and Son Goku lost his previous memory now. Son Goku has brought back that memory he lost as a child, after seeing Burdock and Jin Setsuna. Kakarot. When she saw Son Goku, before Son Goku could even speak, Jin recognized that it must be her young son Kakarot. You've grown up too, Kakarot, Burdock said softly with a gentle look on his face again. The next second, Son Goku came back to his senses and walked quickly towards Burdock and Jin, Dad, Mom. So far, the 3 generations of the Burdock family gathered together, which can be described as full of children and grandchildren. For the next half-month, Kahn's family, Son Goku's family, Burdock and Jin made the half-month trip. The purpose of this trip is only one, and that is to enhance the relationship between the family. Because Burdock and Jin passed away for 41 years, they did not attend the wedding of Kahn and Son Goku, so Bulma, Chichai, and others did not have deep feelings for Burdock and Jin. So Kahn proposed this trip. After the trip, Son Goku and Son Gohan went to Beerus to continue their practice. Burdock and Jin lived at Magnum Capsules. For such a huge universal capsule company, there is no problem for 2 people to live there. In this way, another year passed in the blink of an eye. And one day 4 months ago, Sorby, the remnant of Frieza's army, came to the earth and collected 7 Dragon Balls to summon Shenron, who resurrected Frieza, who died on Namek. After the resurrection, Frieza learned from the pain and summed up the reasons for losing to Kahn that year. Then he conducted special training for 4 months. After the 4-month special training, Frieza's strength has greatly increased, and he successfully unlocked the Golden Frieza form. However, after unlocking the Golden Frieza form, Frieza, who was full of confidence, did not rush to the Earth to find Kahn for revenge. Milky Way. The universe ship of the Frieza Legion is sailing in the vacuum of the universe. Frieza with her arms behind her back, her scarlet eyes staring out the window. Suddenly, Frieza asked Sorby, why hasn't there been any news of my father after 4 months of my resurrection? Sorby knelt down on one knee and respectfully said, to King Frieza. After your death, Lord King Cold wanted to go to Earth to resurrect you. But what? Frieza glanced at her, and her tone suddenly became cold. Sorby trembled in fright and tremblingly said, "Later, I heard that Master King Cold was captured by Galactic Patrolman Myers and taken to the Galactic Prison on his way to Earth. It should still be locked up in the Galaxy Prison." Galactic Prison? Frieza's eyes turned cold, and he ordered, "Then turn around and go to Galaxy Prison immediately. If you dare to arrest my father, then let's make a big fuss." Oh ho 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 ho. After a few seconds, Frieza's manic laughter stopped abruptly. His face froze suddenly, and the humiliating scene of losing to Kahn on name came back to his mind. That loss to Kahn was definitely the most humiliating thing in Frieza's life. If you don't kill Kahn, it's hard to solve the hatred in his heart. Kahn, Science wild monkey, this time I will wring your head off and trample you mercilessly on the ground. A few 5.1 hours later, the universe spaceship of the Frieza Legion came to the Galaxy Prison in a mighty way. The most massive prison robbery operation since the establishment of the Milky Way prison began. When the Frieza Legion robbed the prison, Myers happened to go out to perform a patrol mission. The Galaxy Patrol members guarding the Galaxy Prison were not Frieza's opponents at all. Dead, wounded. In just half an hour, the prison robbery was over. King Cold, who was imprisoned in the Galaxy Prison for more than 10 years, finally regained his freedom. In addition to King Cold, other criminals from the Milky Way, such as the monster Moro from ancient times and Sabansley, were also rescued by Frieza this time. And when Myers received the news and rushed back to the Galaxy Prison, what appeared in front of him was the empty Galaxy Prison and the countless casualties of the Galaxy Patrol and the guard area of the prison. At this point, Myers finally realized that things are getting worse. Chapter 102. Dad, do you want to defeat Frieza yourself? Make a wish. Chapter 102. Dad, do you want to defeat Frieza with your own hands? Make a wish to me. In the past year, Kahn uses his new Super Shenron wishing ability to give Bulma and 18 both eternal youth and immortality. Later, it was verified by experiments that he could not use the endless divine power in his body to fight, but could only use it to fulfill his wishes. Although it is a little regrettable, Kahn is also satisfied. Besides, 10 months ago, 18 also became pregnant successfully. On the second floor platform. 18 with a big belly sat on a chair leisurely basking in the sun, while Kahn and others surrounded 18 for fear that she would get any harm. I said, on the 18th, I have been pregnant for 10 months and I should be giving birth soon. Bulma took a sip of the drink in his hand and said, "It should be soon. I'm looking forward to my 5th granddaughter." Jin on the side was all smiles, eyes full of anticipation. Yes, number 18 is also pregnant with a daughter. Counting Lades, Lin 29U, Son Gohan and Son Goten, this is her 5th granddaughter. According to my estimation, it's almost a few days, but now it's ready to deliver. Vados, with a graceful figure and beautiful face, sat on the chair dignifiedly and elegantly, and suggested, "Sister, 18, how about I help you deliver the baby now? Is it okay now?" Thinking that her and Khan's daughter was about to be born, the cold-tempered 18 directly turned into a loving mother mode. She said, "If possible, please trouble Sister Vados. I really want to see my little cutie right away." Finished. Number 18 even touched his stomach with a happy face. "Husband, what do you mean?" Although number 18 agreed, Vados still asked Kahn. Kahn nodded, indicating that he was fine then. Vados stretched out his hand and the angel staff flashed out. Immediately, Vados waved the angel staff in his hand and drew several circles towards 18's belly. Wisps of colorful light spots fell from the crystal ball at the top of the staff. Then, a miraculous scene appeared. I saw that under the pouring of colorful light spots, a baby appeared from the belly of 18 degrees along with the colorful light spots go. Vados raised his vermilion lips and then cast the spell again. A red cloth emerged out of thin air, wrapping the baby up. And the big belly on the 18th also returned to normal. You can still deliver babies like this now. Jin, who witnessed this scene with his own eyes, called it amazing. She had never seen such a delivery method. It's done. After successfully delivering the baby, everyone surrounded her one after another. It's so cute. It's pink hair. Bulma gently stroked the face of No. 18's daughter, and the mother's love suddenly flooded again. The daughter of No. 18 was lying in Vado's arms, neither crying nor fussing, but looking innocently at the crowd watching her. Pink hair is rare. Vados smiled and handed her over to number 18. Looking at the daughter in her arms, No. 18 liked it more and more. She raised her head and said, "Husband, come and give her a name." "Take a name." Kahn pondered for a while, and then had a flash of inspiration, and said, "Then let her be called Lin Zion. I hope she will grow up to be a quiet and beautiful girl as beautiful as a fairy." "Lin Zion, then you will be called Lin Zion, cutie." Number 18 narrowed his eyes and smiled. Hearing his own name, Lin Zion seemed very satisfied and smiled childishly. "Hey, did she understand?" Bulma was a little surprised. It should be. After all, with her husband's genes, Zioner will definitely not be like an ordinary baby, Vados said. Kahn also smiled cheerfully. It seems that the name is not wrong. As it turned out, Kahn was very wrong. The name Lin Zion doesn't fit her character at all. When everyone was happy for Shan's birth, Vados' angel staff suddenly rang. "Hey, it's Myers." Vados checked, then connected the call. A light curtain refracted from the crystal ball. Myers' face appeared in everyone's sight. "Myers, what's the matter with looking for me all of a sudden?" "Yes." Myers' face was serious, and he said in a deep voice, "Sister, brother-in-law, the galaxy prison was robbed just now, and all the criminals escaped, including King Cold and the ancient monsters who were imprisoned in the galaxy prison for 10 million years. Lo, jailbreaker, Frieza." Frieza. Hearing this, Vados opened his mouth wide in surprise and asked, "Didn't Frieza be killed by your brother-in-law more than 10 years ago? What's going on?" Myers said, "Frieza was indeed killed by her brother-in-law more than 10 years ago, but the person who robbed the prison just now was indeed Frieza." "I don't know exactly what happened," Kahn pondered. Probably the remnants of the Frieza Legion came to Earth to summon Shenron to revive Frieza. What? Did Frieza come back to life? Upon hearing the name Frieza, Burdock, who had been silent for a long time, finally spoke up. Burdock has never hated anyone in his life, except Frieza. Back then, he worked conscientiously under Frieza, but in the end it was in exchange for Frieza's extermination of the Saiyan nation. He will never forget Frieza's aloof eyes as if looking at ants. This is the eternal hatred in Burdock's heart. That makes sense. Myers continued. "Sister, brother-in-law, after Frieza broke the prison, I guess they will go to Earth to seek revenge from you. So you just need to be prepared in advance, and I will try my best to deal with Frieza, King Cold, and the demons. I will notify you immediately if there is any progress in the pursuit of Liuo et al." After speaking, Myers cut off the call. Because he wants to prevent the Galactic Patrol from starting to hunt down Frieza 260 and Mo Luo and others. The Galaxy Prison was robbed. This is the largest prison robbery and escape since the establishment of the Galaxy Prison. After the prison robbery incident, Galaxy King attached great importance to it and handed over the matter to Myers to handle it. Frieza the bastard. Burdock stood up immediately, fists clenched tightly. It's not hard to see just how deep Burdock's resentment for Frieza really is. Vados quickly comforted him. "Father Burdock, please calm down first. Even if Frieza is resurrected, she will not pose any threat to her husband. Yeah, my husband was able to defeat Frieza back then, and he can definitely do it now." Bulma chimed in. Kahn shook his head. "You don't understand. It wasn't a question of Frieza being a threat to them, but a question of Burdock's resentment for Frieza. I worked diligently for you, but in the end you killed the donkey and even exterminated the Saiyan nation. For this kind of thing, anyone would be angry. Not to mention a bloody Saiyan like Burdock. Originally, the Saiyan nation was ruled by force by Frieza, which was already an insult to the Saiyan nation. Even so, they could not escape the fate of being exterminated in the end. Frieza is indeed the universe-brought villains. Immediately, Kahn looked at the furious Burdock and said, "Dad, do you want to defeat Frieza with your own hands? Make a wish to me." Chapter 103 None of them will go back alive today. Chapter 103 None of them will go back alive today. The other side. Hey, you said that as long as you have enough life energy, you can defeat anyone? Frieza folded her hands on her chest, looking at Mo Luo, who was sitting cross-legged on the ground. With my current magic power, I can't do it. If I restore the magic power of the peak period, the so-called Kahn you mentioned is just an ordinary person. The old man with gray temples and the vicissitudes of life, as if he might enter the field at any time, said slowly. He has been imprisoned in the galactic prison for so long that his magical powers have long since run out. Heard the words. Ha 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 ha. Frieza smiled. In the next second, Frieza suddenly stopped laughing and sneered. I don't know how strong you were at your peak, but the strongest person in the world must be me. Maybe. Old Mola doesn't seem to want to argue with Frieza. Frieza, what are you going to do? Beside Frieza, King Cold was also looking at Mara. During the 10 years in the galaxy prison, King Cold naturally heard about the deeds of Mara 10 million years ago. He believes that no matter how brilliant Mo Luo was in the past, it is in the past tense. Now, Frieza is indeed the strongest. Keep him alive, maybe he can be used by this king. Frieza didn't shy away from Mara at all. He said, this king can find life energy for you, but the premise is that you must work for this king. That's not a problem. As long as I recover my magic power, I may be able to help you a lot when you seek revenge on Kahn. Mara said, neither humble nor overbearing. Mo Luo is very aware of his current situation, and with his current magic power, he really cannot compete with Frieza. Once the magic is restored, Frieza is nothing more than a clown in Mola's eyes. He is majestic, how can he work for others? Now, he just wants to use Frieza to restore his magic power. As for helping, he probably would. After all, Frieza rescued him from the great galactic prison and found life energy for him to restore his magic. But after Frieza's revenge, there's no way Moro would have played for Frieza. By then, he and Frieza may be enemies again. Frieza naturally didn't know that Mo Luo was thinking so much, because he didn't pay attention to Mo Luo at all, even if Mo Luo recovered his peak magic power. Well, this king will show mercy and look for life energy for you. I hope your power will not disappoint this king then. In just 2 days, dozens of planets in the Milky Way were destroyed. The destruction methods of these dozens of planets are almost the same. All of them are the life energy on the planet, and the energy of the planet itself is sucked dry, thus turning into a dead star with no one to live on. So, Mo Luo's magic power, which had been depleted by a few katas, surged and returned to the peak state before he was imprisoned this day. Under Frieza's command, the Frieza Legion marched to Earth for one purpose. Revenge on Kahn. Magnum Capsule Company. Kahn is playing with Lin Xian in his arms. Vados, Bulma, and the 3 wives of No. 18 also surrounded Kahn, and everything was so normal. Since Burdock and Jin have nothing to do, they usually just bask in the sun on the 2nd floor terrace, and then the day passes. It's just that compared to 2 days ago, Burdock's temperament has completely changed today. His eyes were full of fierceness, and he exuded an incomparably domineering aura. 2 days ago, at Kahn's suggestion, Burdock granted Kahn a wish. Become the first warrior of the universe. Therefore, Burdock has gained great power, and even Son Goku and Vegeta, who can now transform into Super Blue, are definitely not Burdock's opponents. Buzz buzz. Just then, Myers called again. Hey, Myers, what's going on? Yes, Myers said with a serious expression. Sister, brother-in-law, according to the latest news, in the past 2 days because of Frieza and Mara, the life energy of at least 50 planets has been sucked dry. I guess Mara's magic power might be back to peak form. Where's foe? Burdock stood up abruptly. He doesn't care about the so-called Mara, he only cares about Frieza. He failed to defeat Frieza that year, preventing Frieza from destroying Planet Vegeta. This time, he must defeat Frieza with his own hands to relieve his hatred. According to intelligence, Frieza and Mara have now led the Frieza army to Earth, and we are also on our way to Earth. Myers said. A cold light flashed in Kahn's eyes, and then he waved his hand and said domineeringly, Myers, you don't need to come. As long as Frieza dares to come, none of them will be able to go back alive today. If Frieza thinks he and Mara can beat him together, that's really a broken picture of Tucson. Even if you don't do it yourself, there are many people on the Earth who can deal with them, for example, Rads and Burdock. Hey, this Myers was in a dilemma all of a sudden. Originally, he was thinking of coming to Earth to capture the repeat criminals of the Sigambo Galactic Bandit Group, but Kahn told him not to come. Myers, just follow what your brother-in-law said. Vados followed up. Melton was at a loss for words. Now that Kahn and Vados have said so, he can only say, okay, I can report to Lord Galaxy King. 17 After finishing the call with Myers, Kahn, Vados and Burdock suddenly turned and looked towards the sky coming. Kahn narrowed his eyes slightly. Frieza. Burdock's face froze, and the monstrous anger and fighting spirit were burning. I didn't see it. Bulma glanced over, seeing nothing but clouds in the sky. Whoosh! However, as soon as Bulma finished speaking, a circular Frieza Army Universe spaceship broke through the clouds and slowly entered her sight. Immediately, the spaceship Universe skimmed straight in the direction of the Universal Capsule Company. Before the Universe spacecraft landed, 180 Frieza troops swept out of the Universe spacecraft and surrounded the Universal Capsule Company of Lies. Subsequently, under the watchful eye of Kahn et al., the spaceship Universe lands in the spacious compound of the Magnum Capsule Company. Looking at the familiar Frieza Universe spaceship, Burdock could hardly hold back the anger in his heart. After the Universe spacecraft landed, several figures swept out of the Universe spacecraft. Frieza, Mara, King Cold, and Salby. 16 years later, Frieza finally stood in front of Kahn again. He didn't notice Burdock because Kahn was the target of his revenge on this trip, so Frieza's eyes fell directly on Kahn, and he didn't pay attention to Mike at all. Oh ho 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 ho. Frieza's devilish laughter resounded throughout the yard. Mr. Kahn, long time no see, I miss you very much. Immediately afterwards, Frieza put one hand on his chest and said politely, Respect, Mr. Kahn. I am so grateful for the kindness of killing the king on Namek. Today, the king had no choice but to kill Mr. Kahn to express his gratitude. Chapter 104 Super 4 Burdock is born. You have a lot of nonsense, please book full. Chapter 104 Super 4 Burdock is born. You talk so much nonsense, enemies are extremely jealous when they meet each other. Although Frieza had a very polite appearance on the surface, he was already thinking about how to ravage Kahn later in order to relieve his hatred. How many years have you been killed by me? About 16 years. There was an indescribable smile on the corner of Kahn's mouth, and he said casually, How did you say that? Ate a pad to gain wisdom. It seems that you haven't remembered the lesson from last time at all. Lesson? Frieza narrowed her eyes dangerously and said disdainfully, No one has ever taught me a lesson, and you are no exception. After finishing speaking, Frieza's expression suddenly turned ferocious, and he said bitterly, Kahn, in order to avenge you, this king specially conducted a 4-month special training for this resurrection. I think you should be able to feel the power of this king now. How powerful it is. The shame you gave me back then, I want you to pay back 10 times today. Kahn chuckled and said disapprovingly, "You're right. I can indeed feel that you are very different from 16 years ago. But do you know? Even if you become stronger, it doesn't mean you can defeat me. In my eyes, you are even weaker than you were back then." "Humph." Frieza snorted disdainfully, sneered, and said, "Bluffer, do you think I'll be scared if you say that? I thought you've improved a lot over the years, so all that's left is your lip service." Kahn was telling the truth, but in Frieza's view, it was bluffing. At least, Frieza thinks that he who has unlocked the golden form is already the strongest in the universe. The frog in the well. Kahn raised his eyelids. "I don't even need to do it to kill you. It's enough for my father to come." "What? Your father?" Hearing this, Frieza was taken aback. In the next second, a roar full of raging anger suddenly came. "Frieza!" Frieza looked closely at the source of the sound. A rather familiar face came into view. It was Burdock. That face, that look, are exactly the same as back then. Then, Frieza laughed. "Oh haha, who did I think it was? It turned out to be you, a wild monkey." Frieza wasn't too surprised by Burdock's resurrection. He who was killed by Kahn can be resurrected, and Burdock's resurrection seems not so incredible puff. As soon as Frieza finished speaking, Burdock appeared in front of him without knowing when, and punched him heavily in the abdomen. Frieza's pupils shrank on the spot, and CJCG's expression became grim boom. Suffering this blow, Frieza immediately fell from the sky and hit the ground heavily. "Hey, this person does have some strength." Mo Luo next to him raised his eyebrows. He could feel a tremendous energy in Burdock's body. If Burdock's energy can be absorbed, his magic power will be one step closer. Ah! Boom! Frieza, who was knocked down by Burdock, exploded, and the ground immediately began to shake violently. Frieza seemed pissed at the surprise punch from Burdock. "Savage monkey, you are too rude. The king could kill you back then, and he can kill you today." Frieza slowly swept up into the air, her face completely darkened. Drink. However, Burdock didn't want to talk nonsense with Frieza at all, and with a deep drink, Burdock directly transformed into a Super 4 form. This is not an ordinary Super 4, but the full energy of the Super 4. And that's not Burdock's limit. After turning into Super 4, Burdock attacked Frieza again without saying a word. Puff! Another heavy punch. Frieza couldn't react at all, and was sent flying again. After flying Frieza with one punch, Burdock chased after him at a faster speed, and the fist that contained all Saiyan's anger greeted Frieza with one punch after another. Frieza suddenly became a sandbag, unable to fight back. King Frieza has no strength to fight back. What is this Saiyan? I haven't seen it before. Looking at the Super 4 Burdock who hung Frieza up to fight, all the fighters of the Frieza Legion trembled. "Hey, do Hitt people still have this kind of transformation? I haven't seen it before." Vados was slightly surprised, but the power seems to be quite good. This transformation is called Super Saiyan 4. Saiyans who have kept their tails must be able to transform into Super Saiyan 4. People like Goku who lost their tails since childhood can only use the transformation of Super Saiyan Blue. Kahn explained succinctly. "Husband, which transformation is stronger?" 18 asked. "If you want to say which one is stronger, Super Saiyan 4 or Super Blue, I can't say, but what is certain is that the transformation of Super Saiyan 4 has a higher upper limit, because on top of Super Saiyan 4, there is also Super Saiyan 5. Even 6, 7, 8. Vados said. In this way, it is true that Burdock's father-in-law is better at the same time. After being beaten up by Burdock, Frieza, who was ashamed and slightly embarrassed, stepped back a distance and said with a gloomy expression, "Smelly monkey, you are a little carried away. Then I will show you the results of the 4 months of special training by the king." Bar. At this moment, Frieza can't afford to hide and pinch anymore. He had already realized that if he didn't transform, he might be beaten to death by Burdock. Frieza doesn't want to be killed twice by Saiyan then. I saw Frieza's fists clenched suddenly. An unprecedented powerful aura erupted from Frieza's body. Strands of golden energy arrogance burning like flames suddenly soared. The golden energy aura completely enveloped Frieza, making it impossible to see his true face at this moment. Rumble. The sky and the ground also shook violently at this moment. The entire western capital was also in panic at this moment. Everyone thought that a major earthquake had occurred, and they were frantically fleeing the city. At last, accompanied by Frieza's sharp drink, Frieza's aura reached a whole new level at this moment. And Frieza's appearance has also changed greatly. Take a good look at my son Frieza's brand new force zone. King Cold crossed his arms and said triumphantly. Mara glanced at Super 4 Burdock, then at Frieza who had transformed into golden form, and he didn't say anything. But in his heart, the battle between Burdock and Frieza has actually come to an end. Compared with the normal final form, Frieza in the golden form has a bigger body and more perfect muscle lines. That golden skin and perfect muscle lines looks very impressive. Immediately afterwards, Frieza opened his arms and said confidently, "You see, this is the success of this king's special training for 4 months. I call this form Golden Frieza." Puff. As soon as Golden Frieza finished speaking, Super 4 Burdock punched him hard in the face again. You talk too much nonsense. P.S. Ask for flowers. Chapter 105 The Majestic Universe Emperor Frieza. Do you only have this power? Chapter 105 How to Lose by Flying Dragon Riding Face. Puff. After transforming into the golden form, Frieza's fighting ability seems to be upgraded to a higher level. He forcibly resisted Super 4 Burdock's punch, and then his expression turned serious. Savage monkey, you had a good time fighting, and it's my turn next. Boom! Gold Frieza exploded suddenly, and then slammed into Bavok with an unstoppable fist boom. A terrifying aftermath of the battle rippled out, and Super 4 Burdock crossed his arms on his chest, blocking Golden Frieza's powerful blow. Nanny! Frieza's pupils shrank. Immediately, Burdock stood up straight again, scorning Frieza. Frieza, the Majestic Universe Emperor, only has this power. Burdock is also an explosion, a terrifying aura and momentum above the Golden Frieza, just like a nuclear bomb detonated. No, impossible. Gold Frieza was dumbfounded immediately, and said in shock, "It is impossible for a lowly nation like Cyan to have such power." Frieza. Super 4 Burdock completely ignored the shocked Frieza, and roared directly, "The pain and humiliation you brought to the Cyan nation back then, now I, Burdock, will pay you 10 times as much. Look, this is the power and fury of the Cyan nation. Call out." The moment the words fell, Super 4 Burdock moved. Super 4 Burdock is almost blazing fast, and even the Golden Frieza has a little trouble keeping up with Burdock's speed. In the next breath, along with a muffled sound, Golden Frieza was hit hard again on the left side of the face. When Golden Frieza was repelled, Super 4 Burdock kept moving and pursued the victory. Under Burdock's fierce attack in Super 4, Golden Frieza can only be passive and defend constantly, but Burdock's offensive is too fierce. Frieza can defend 1 move, but not 2. The battle situation is almost one-sided at the same time. Beerus Star, Son Goku, Vegeta, and Son Gohan are watching this Burdock vs. Frieza battle live on Earth via Wise Angel Staff. Grandpa's 4 transformations of Super Saiyan seem to be no weaker than the blue of our Super Saiyan. Looking at Burdock, who almost unilaterally slammed the Golden Frieza, Son Gohan was surprised. Shout, Kahn this guy, he taught his father very seriously. Burdock's performance was not weaker than him at all, which made Vegeta even more unbalanced. When Burdock was revived a year ago, he clearly still had the same fighting strength of 10,000. As a result, only 1 year later, Burdock's combat effectiveness is like a crow flying a plane, and he is catching up. It's not even necessary for the 3 of them to be weak. How could Vegeta be balanced in his heart? Why is there such a big gap between people? Son Goku scratched his head and smiled. Ha ha ha, watching Dad fight is like watching myself fight. If it weren't for the cross scar on Burdock's face, Son Goku might really think it was him and... Burdock's Super 4 transformation. It looks so handsome. Earth. Burdock, come on. Take down Frieza the bastard. On the platform on the second floor, Jin waved a small powder fist because Burdock added. As a Saiyan during the existence of Planet Vegeta, Jin naturally hated Frieza. Although she is not a fighting Saiyan, but King Cold and Frieza father and son oppressed and exploited the Saiyan nation, but any bloody Saiyan would hate them to the bone. It looks like our father-in-law is stronger. Come on, come on. Of course, Frieza has only just broken through the golden form, and he has not fully adapted to this power, so he cannot be the opponent of Super Saiyans for full energy. The corner of Kahn's mouth raised. Let's not talk about the golden form. Even if Frieza has cultivated to the diamond form, she may not be Dad's opponent because super full power, not the limit of Burdock. If the combat power of Gold Frieza is 1.5 G, then the combat power of Super 4 full energy is 1.5 G. In the world of Dragon Ball, a power gap of 1.3 times is crushing. How to lose when flying dragon ride face. As predicted, under the fierce offensive of the Super 4 all-around star Burdock, Golden Frieza lost steadily. Coupled with the fact that he has not yet fully adapted to the power of the golden form, Frieza is getting more and more powerless. Of course, Frieza could see this. Although very angry, Frieza really has no choice but to hold the phone now. It's just that he can't accept that Burdock, who he could instantly kill with a flick of his finger, can now beat him hanging. This sent Frieza's blood pressure skyrocketing. I said, the strongest in the universe is just this little strength. Do you want me to help? At this moment, even Mo Luo couldn't stand it anymore. Before you came to Earth, you boasted so much, but this is the result. Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Hearing Mola's sarcasm, Frieza became even more angry. But for now, the priority is to get rid of Burdock first, otherwise it is still a question of whether he can survive Burdock. Mr. Maluo, Burdock, the wild monkey, will be handed over to you. I am not interested in ants. I will deal with Kahn. Although he was hung and beaten by Burdock the whole time, Frieza was still stubborn and unwilling to admit his defeat talking. Golden Frieza is about to get away. But will Burdock let him get his way? Frieza, where are you running? Super 4 Burdock chased after him directly, and the dense Kigong bullets were like a barrage of bullets, blocking all of Frieza's escape routes. Boom boom boom. Kigong bombs continued to explode, and Frieza was instantly swallowed by powerful energy explosions. It would be a pity not to eat such high-quality life energy. Mo Luo stretched out his hand to grab it, and took off the cloak that was on his body, revealing a strong body. Obviously, after absorbing the life energy of no less than 50 planets, Mo Luo's magic power is even stronger now than it was back then. He wasn't trying to help Frieza, he was craving Burdock's energy. If Burdock's energy can be absorbed, his magic power will be raised to another level. Mo Luo grinned and was about to make a move call out. Just as Mo Luo stepped forward to support Frieza, a tall and straight figure suddenly appeared on the back foot, blocking his way. It was Kahn. It's you. Mo Luo was not surprised by Kahn's blocking the way. I'm sorry, I can't let you disturb the battle between my father and Frieza, but you don't have to be so eager to die. Why don't you choose a cemetery with better feng shui for yourself before the battle between my father and Frieza is over? The corner of Kahn's mouth raised, and he smiled brightly. Chapter 106 Master Beerus. What do you think of Master Kahn and 039's ego? Chapter 106 Master Beerus. What do you think of Master Kahn's ego? Hey, I'm so sorry. I don't want to die yet. Facing Kahn, Mara showed no fear. He can indeed feel that Kahn has stronger energy than Burdock, and with his current magic power, it is not enough to compete with Kahn, but this is not a problem for Mara. As long as he can absorb Kahn's energy continuously in the battle with Kahn, then he can eventually turn defeat into victory. When you get here, whether you want to die or not is up to you. Kahn knew all about the small calculations in Mo Luo's mind. He knew Mara too well. Naturally, Mo Luo would not be given any chance to come back. If he didn't understand Mara's ability, maybe he might really be like Son Goku. Then you just go ahead and give it a try. Mo Luo hooked his fingers. Kahn wanted to make a move, and it fell into his arms, and Mo Luo was worried that Kahn would not dare to make a move against him in 653. As long as you can do it, everything is easy to say. Mo Luo has absolute confidence that he can turn defeat into victory. His self-confidence does not come from his magical power that has been restored to its peak, but from his special ability to absorb life energy. Wow, wow, wow! At this moment, a baby's cry suddenly came. Kahn frowned, only to see that Lin Xian, who was held in the arms of No. 18, was frightened and cried because of the fierce battle between Burdock and Frieza. Xioner is good, don't cry, Dad will clean up the bad guys right away. Number 18 hurriedly appeased Lin Xian. Kahn withdrew his gaze and looked at Mo Luo again, with a cold killing intent already in his eyes. Because of your arrival, my newborn daughter was scared to tears by you. It seems that I just want you to live a little longer. Kahn's voice was extremely cold. The temperature of the surrounding world plummeted. The soldiers of the Frieza Legion and King Cold all felt a biting chill. Next second, boom! The purple energy flames exuding destructive waves erupted instantly, and Kahn directly used his ultimate will. His current normal combat power is around 3 gigabytes, so to kill Mo Luo instantly, he still has to use his own extreme will. What transformation is this? On Beerus, Vegeta was shocked when he saw the self-conscious Kahn in the picture. Even if separated by a screen, they can still feel a terrible sense of oppression from the self-consciousness Kahn. Is it the Super Saiyan form of Brother Kahn's Super Saiyan God? Even Son Goku's eyes widened. It was the first time they had seen Kahn in this form. They could all feel the almost suffocating sense of oppression across the screen, let alone Mo Luo, who bore the brunt. No, this is not Super Saiyan from Super Saiyan God. Wise shook his head and explained, this is Gods of Destruction's move. It's called self-intention. Immediately, Wise looked at Beerus and asked, Master Beerus, what do you think of Master Kahn's self-consciousness? Standing behind Beerus was sweating on his forehead and said fearfully, his self-will is probably not weaker than mine. This is for sure, Wise said. Master Kahn defeated Sir Quitla in the first place, and in the second round of the points system, he defeated the combination of the 4 Gods of Destruction in one fell swoop. Beerus pouted, feeling a little ashamed. Although Beerus is also confident that he can defeat the combination of the 4 Gods of Destruction, but he dare not do so in the second round of the elimination system of the Gods of Destruction Summit. In so many previous Gods of Destruction Summits, Beerus has always aimed for stability. It can only be said that Kahn is bold. Of course, if you don't have enough strength to do so, it is undoubtedly a stupid act. Obviously, Kahn has this strength and confidence. Is ultimate intent very powerful? Asked Vegeta. For some reason, he also wanted to learn ultimate intention kung fu. Nonsense. Beerus rolled his eyes. Don't think how strong you are now. As long as I use my self-will, the 3 of you won't be able to last a round, let alone compare with Master Kahn. What? Is it so strong? Heard the words. The 3 of Son Goku were shocked beyond measure on the spot. Through Beerus's analogy, the 3 of Son Goku have truly understood how strong their self-consciousness is. Kahn, bastard, doesn't he have no limit to his pursuit of the King of Power? Vegeta's face was gloomy, and he felt very uncomfortable. He originally thought that after turning into Kalan, the gap in strength between him and Kahn was not too big. Only now did Vegeta understand that the gap in strength between him and Kahn is not smaller than it was back then. It turned out that while he was getting stronger, Kahn was also getting stronger. Kahn bastard, doesn't he have no limit to his pursuit of power? At this time, in the projection of the light curtain, Kahn, who had transformed into his self-consciousness, suddenly moved. Mo Luo, You lived well in the galactic prison, at least you can live for a while, but now you have escaped from the galactic prison and become the same as Frieza and his ilk. It can only be said that you are seeking your own death. Kahn raised his eyelids and then stretched out his palm, locking onto Mordu from a distance. At this time, Mo Luo didn't seem to realize the seriousness of the matter. Next second, destroy. As Kahn's indifferent voice fell, an invisible shock wave exploded from Mara's body. Puff! Mo Luo let out a scream on the spot, and fell from the sky into the yard of Universal Capsule Company with a puff of smoke. Mr. Moro! The Frieza army was all dumbfounded. Because Mo Luo, who claimed to be stronger than Frieza, was seriously injured and on the verge of death under Kahn's destruction move. Tread! Kahn landed in front of Mara, with his hands on his back, looking down at the dying Mara. Did you just plan to fight with me first, and then wait for an opportunity to seize my energy, so as to turn defeat into victory? What? The dying Mo Luo's pupils shrank suddenly. As Kahn seen through all his calculations? Kahn said disdainfully, you know? In fact, even if I deliberately let you take my energy to make your magic power stronger, and my energy is so much that your body can't bear it, and finally exploded. Death. But I don't like such troubles. Compared with such troublesome battles, I prefer to kill opponents in seconds really. With the existence of the ability of infinite energy, Kahn can burst Mara with energy. 4.7 But there is no need. Stop talking big, I don't believe it. Mo Luo said weakly, unless you let me try. Even at this point, Mo Luo is still trying to use aggressive methods to turn things around. But alas, Kahn is not going to be fooled at all. Hee. Do you think I look like a fool? Although I can do this if I want to, but I don't want to cause trouble for myself. So as he spoke, Kahn stretched out his palm again. I have no choice but to invite you to go on your way. Destroy. Boom! Another violent explosion. The explosion did not affect a large area, but a burst of flames and gunpowder smoke. In this way, Mo Luo was blasted to pieces under the eyes of everyone. And while Kahn was dealing with Mara, the battle between Burdock and Frieza had also come to an end. PS. On Saturday and Sunday. There are 5 shifts on Saturday and Sunday, and 8 shifts on Monday. Although there are 5 shifts, the number of words is still 12,000, which is not too small. Finally, I ask for flowers. Chapter 107 The battle is over. Zeno summons again. Seek full order. Chapter 107 The battle is over. Zeno summons again. This the end of the battle so soon? In just a few seconds, Mo Luo was instantly killed by Kahn. The jaws of Son Goku, Vegeta, and Son Gohan almost dropped to the ground. It's really over before it even started. Beerus said, think it's your kind of trash. This kind of opponent is not a match for Lord Beerus. It is not surprising that Lord Kahn can end the battle so quickly. This is also normal for Wise. It's just that Son Goku and the 3 of them who have never seen the world will make a fuss. The 3 of Son Goku felt that their self-confidence had been severely hit. When thinking about Majin Buu, they had nothing to do with Majin Buu in the 3-wheel battles and they were beaten by Majin Buu. They still can't fight against that kind of opponent. If it's against Mo Luo, it's probably not enough. Okay. Suddenly, Son Goku jumped up and said energetically, Wise, let's continue to practice. After witnessing Kahn's terrifying strength, Son Goku's cultivation motivation exploded instantly as if he had been pumped out of chicken blood. 29 Earth. The battle between Burdock and Frieza was also decided when Kahn killed Mara in one shot. At this time, Frieza was seriously injured after a round of beatings, and even his breath became extremely sluggish. Although Frieza propped his hands on the ground, and because of the heavy injuries, and Frieza hadn't fully adapted to the golden form, he even had difficulty breathing. Frieza! Burdock stood in the air, with a Kai blast condensed on the palms of his hands. Frieza raised her head suddenly, and when she saw the Kai blast on Burdock's palm, her ghosts froze instantly. A strong breath of death lingered in his heart. Burdock really wanted to kill him. Mr. Burdock, listen to me. Frieza looked terrified. When I destroyed Planet Vegeta, I was also instructed by others. However, Burdock ignored Frieza's words completely. So what if what Frieza said is true? In the end, it was he, Frieza, who came to destroy Planet Vegeta. This is the anger of the entire Saiyan nation for being ruled by you for many years. Boom! When the voice fell, Burdock pushed suddenly, and the Kai blast on the palm blasted at Frieza at a 45-degree angle. With a violent energy explosion, Frieza's breath disappeared. King Frieza was killed just like that. It's only been a few decades has it become so powerful. Even King Frieza was beheaded by Burdock forcefully, causing the morale of Frieza's army to collapse in an instant. Even Sabansley and the Sagambo Galaxy bandit group who came with them have already begun to shrink back. Mo Luo and Frieza were beheaded one after another, causing the morale of the Frieza army and the Sagambo Galaxy bandit group to suffer a heavy blow. Killing Frieza, Burdock returned to normal, a rare bright smile on his gritty face. With Frieza's death, the hatred hidden in Burdock's body finally disappeared. Next, it's your turn at this time. Kahn's cold, heartless voice sounded again. King Cold, Frieza army and Sagambo Galaxy bandit group fled around like frightened birds. They want to get out of here. Leave this land where they were never meant to come. But unfortunately, this land is destined to bury them here. When King Cold, Sabansley, and others fled in embarrassment, a Kai blast struck, and under their horrified gazes, they completely devoured them all so far. Frieza, Mara, and King Cold were wiped out. Zioner is good. Daddy has wiped out all the bad guys. No. 18 shook Lin Zion in his arms and said dotingly. Lin Zion seemed to understand what no. 18 said. Lin Zion, who had been surprised just now, instantly beamed with joy. That childish laughter almost melted no. 18's heart overflowing with maternal love. Over the Magnum Capsule Company. Daddy, how do you feel? Kahn came over and asked with a smile. Burdock clenched his fists and said with a smile, this force is very strong, but I may not be very used to it, and I can't exert my full power. Although Burdock can't exert the full power of the Super 4 full energy form, it is more than enough to crush and kill Golden Frieza. This is normal, Kahn said. After all, your power was too weak before, and suddenly you have such a powerful power, and it is already very good to be able to use it to this point. It's not that Kahn compliments Burdock either, but tell the truth. Previously, Burdock's combat effectiveness was only in the early 10,000s. To suddenly obtain such a powerful force and to be able to use it to this extent is already excellent. This is also due to Burdock's rich combat experience in the past. Burdock was also a low-level fighter, but when Planet Vegeta was destroyed, his combat effectiveness reached an astonishing 10,000. Even if it is King Vegeta, the combat power is only about 10,000 we can even say. Burdock, who was born as a low-level fighter, may only be slightly weaker than King Vegeta among the many Saiyan fighters back then. Burdock shrugged, noncommittal. Immediately, Burdock patted Kahn on the shoulder and smiled. Thank you, Kahn. We are all a family. What are you doing with these kind words? What Kahn did for Burdock pales in comparison to what he did for Burdock. If it weren't for Burdock, it's still a question of whether he can still stand here alive. Maybe it turned into Universe Dust 537 with Planet Vegeta as early as that year. Kahn didn't say too much on this topic, and then changed the subject and said, Father, I will start teaching you how to master this power in a few days, and of course your new form. Did you say that? Burdock clenched his fist. I can't bear the power of that transformation now. To this, Kahn said that these are not problems. Even after passing the special training, Burdock still cannot bear the huge power of the new form. At worst, wait a year and let Burdock make a wish and it will be over. These are easy to say then. Kahn's life has returned to calm again. The plots of the Budo tournament in the 6th and 7th universes in the original book were not held because Kahn stole 6 Super Dragon Balls from Champa. Even if Champa wants to collect the Super Dragon Ball again, it will not be possible to find it in just 1 year. But none of that mattered to Kahn. With his current strength, he is not interested in the 6th or 7th Universe Martial Arts Conference at all. Time flies. Soon another year passed. During this year, after Kahn's 1-year special training, Burdock has been able to perfectly transform into the new form and can fully grasp the huge power. Because of this, Burdock's strength has once again made a qualitative leap. Dragon Ball AI Jai 780 years. On this day, Kahn suddenly received a call from Grand Priest, saying that Zeno had summoned him to discuss something. Chapter 108 From the standpoint of human beings. I implore Zeno to give human beings a chance to serve. Chapter 108 From the standpoint of human beings. I implore Zeno to give human beings a chance to survive hours ago. Zeno Palace. Zeno was bored alone playing the game of Universe Bumper Ball, but while playing, Zeno suddenly felt that Universe was too much. He was scrambled and dizzy by the 12 Universe rituals. Zeno's petty temper suddenly came up. He stretched out his hand to stir, and 4 of Tian's instruments were smashed yoops. The Grand Priest on the side raised his eyebrows. It seemed that Zeno was a little annoyed. Immediately, Zeno turned his head and said to Grand Priest, "Hey, Grand Priest, what are the current human levels of the 12 universes?" Grand Priest replied, "The first universe is still clearly the highest, and the 12th universe has grown rapidly and has become the second place. There is no special change in the universe behind. If you look at the overall level, it may have declined a bit. However, it is worth mentioning that the 7th universe has been promoted from the second to last place to the 7th place. It is basically Mr. Quasi-Big Gods of Destruction Kahn who has raised the average human level of the 7th universe. That's it." Zeno thought about it. The other universes haven't grown at all. There's no need to maintain 12 universes, but it's troublesome to observe them all. "Would you like to reduce some more?" asked the Grand Priest. Hearing that Zeno wanted to clear the universe again, the 2 guards suddenly became tense. Zeno nodded his big oval head and said, "Yes, 4 are enough. Let's eliminate 8 of the low-level universes." Heard the words. Grand Priest immediately understood and said, "Understood, then call those universe guides back." Correct. Grand Priest suddenly thought of something, so he went on to say, "Master Zeno, if you want to destroy the 8 low-level universes, then the 7th universe where the quasi-grand Gods of Destruction Kahn is located is also on the list. Should you inform him woolen cloth?" "Huh? Right, then call Kahn over." After being reminded by Grand Priest, Zeno suddenly remembered that Kahn was in the 7th universe. Even if the 8 low-level universes are to be cleared, Gods of Destruction may also be cleared, but Kahn, who is a quasi-big Gods of Destruction, cannot be cleared. Because after clearing the low-level 8 universes, Kahn, who is the big Gods of Destruction, still has to manage the remaining 4 Gods of Destruction. So it is still necessary to inform Kahn then. The Grand Priest then personally went to Earth to inform Kahn to come to Zeno Palace. Earth, Magnum Capsules Inc. Meet Lord Grand Priest. The Grand Priest descended on Universal Capsule Company. Kahn and Vados stepped forward and greeted in unison. Forget it before. After knowing that his main wife is Das, the Grand Priest became Kahn, so even if Kahn's status is equal to that of Grand Priest in the future, he still needs to have the proper etiquette and respect for his father-in-law. Grand Priest waved his hand, indicating that the couple needn't be so polite. Then he said, "Kahn, Master Zeno invites you to come and talk to you about important matters." "What?" Hearing this, Kahn was surprised and asked, "Master Grand Priest, has the divine power of the staff of the great Gods of Destruction recovered?" "Do not." Grand Priest shook his head and said, "The divine power of the great Gods of Destruction staff has not been fully recovered, and it will take about a month or 2. Zeno summoned you this time because of other matters." "Master Grand Priest, is it convenient to ask what is the matter?" Vados blinked his beautiful eyes and asked. For some reason, she always had an ominous premonition. Grand Priest didn't say it clearly, but said, "You'll know when we get there, Vados, or else you'll go with me too, how about it?" "Then let's go together." Kahn said, "Master Grand Priest, please wait a moment." Immediately Kahn spoke to Burdock, Jin, Bulma, and No. 18, and then took Vados and Grand Priest to Zeno Palace. Coming to Zeno Palace again, Kahn is already familiar with this place. Led by the Grand Priest, Kahn and Vados came to the main hall of Zeno's palace. "Master Zeno, Mr. Gods of Destruction Kahn has arrived." As soon as he heard that Kahn was coming, Zeno immediately flew over excitedly surrounded by 2 guards. "Kahn, here you come." Seeing Kahn, Zeno's originally agitated mood suddenly turned from cloudy to sunny. Kahn hurriedly supported Zeno, smiled lightly, and said, "Quanzhong, long time no see. What are you looking for this time?" Hearing Kahn address Zeno, Vados was stunned. Grand Priest explained in a low voice, "It's because when Kahn came last time, Lord Zeno made friends with Kahn, and then Kahn said that since they are friends, he will be called Quanzhong from now on, and Lord Zeno agreed." This after listening to Grand Priest's explanation, Vados was stunned again. Make friends with Zeno. Kahn, this is the first one. In the past, Vados never dared to think that Zeno, the supreme ruler of the universe, would make friends, and this person was her husband. After the shock, Vados' vermilion lips curved proudly. Being able to make friends with Zeno, Vados is also proud of Kahn. Coupled with Kahn's status as the quasi-big gods of destruction, even if Zeno wants to clear the universe again one day, N will definitely be excluded at the same time. Zeno has invited Kahn to sit down face to face. Grand Priest hurried up with Vados. "Hey, Kahn, I think 12 universes are still too many, so I plan to eliminate the 8 universes at the bottom of the human level, and the 7th universe you are in is also among them." Zeno innocently said, "So you can bring your family and friends here first, what?" Hearing this, Kahn was shocked. Immediately, Kahn calmed down quickly and said, "Quanzhong, I probably understand what you mean, but as a human being in the 7th universe, I want to talk to you from a human perspective, what?" Zeno blinked, eyeing Kahn curiously. "Quanzhong, let me ask you a question first. The reason why you want to eliminate the 8 universes with the lower average human level is because the human level of these 8 universes has not improved at all, right?" Zeno nodded. "Well, there is a reason for this, but 12 universes are still too many." "That's right, I probably understand." After understanding Zeno's thoughts, Kahn said word by word. First of all, the reason why the average human level of the 8 universes that are lower than the average human level has not improved is that there may be some problems with human beings themselves, but the root cause is still Okazhao is the inaction of gods of destruction and supreme Kai of these universes. From the moment of birth, every human being is trying to survive. Even if they want to be eliminated, they should first eliminate those gods of destruction and lord gods who do nothing. However, Quanzhong, you are the supreme ruler of the entire universe. Since you have made such a decision, I cannot change your decision, but it is the gods of destruction and supreme Kai that should disappear. Human beings are innocent. So Master Zeno, from the human point of view, I implore Zeno to give human beings a chance to live." After listening to Kahn's words, Zeno fell into deep thought for a while. Grand Priest said from the side, "Master Zeno, what Kahn said is not unreasonable. Gods of destruction and supreme Kai should bear most of the responsibility for the reason why the human level of the 8 lower universes has not improved, or even declined." I get it. Zeno thought about it, and it seemed that this was indeed the case, so he planned to listen to what opportunity Kahn said. So Zeno went on to say, "Kahn, tell me, what kind of opportunity is there?" Chapter 109, What have you done during the billions of years you have been gods of destruction? Chapter 109, What did you, Beerus, do during the billions of years you were gods of destruction? It is to hold a universe martial arts tournament based on the 8 universes that are lower than the average human level. Each universe selects 10 contestants to participate in the competition together, and the universe that wins in the end gets the right to survive. In this way, every human being in the universe has a chance to fight for the survival of their own universe, and in the end it also achieves your goal of destroying redundant universes. How about that? Kahn said seriously. Budo tournament, what is that? I haven't seen it before. Zeno thought about it thoughtfully, but still couldn't figure out what the martial arts tournament that Kahn was talking about was like. Master Zeno, it's probably like the summit of Gods of Destruction. The Grand Priest shows Zeno a video of Kahn fighting at the summit of Gods of Destruction with the Great Angel staff. Is this the martial arts conference? It's so exciting. After watching it, Zeno immediately became interested and called it wonderful. It is also a good idea to hold such a martial arts conference. And in this way he can also relieve boredom, and by the way, he can also watch the martial arts competition between the 8 universe players. Isn't it wonderful? Then let's do it right away. Zeno said enthusiastically. Then Kahn, will you participate? Hey, can I join? Kahn blinked 330, surprised. Originally, Kahn thought that as a quasi-big Gods of Destruction he should not be able to participate. It's great if you participate. Zeno looked forward to it. I'm looking forward to your performance at the conference. Since Master Zeno said so, Mr. N, you can play as a player of the 7th universe. Grand Priest said. Since Zeno-sama decided to hold it, let's call this martial arts tournament with 8 universe players the Tournament of Power. Master Zeno, holding the Tournament of Power. Each universe needs some preparation time. How about holding it 5 times from now? Well, that's settled then. Zeno said no comment. After a pause, Zeno muttered, but Wukike seems to be a long time ago, and I haven't seen it just now. Hearing Zeno's muttering, Grand Priest suggested, then Master Zeno, how about holding a general overview meeting for the skirmish before the official start of the Tournament of Power? It just so happens that I can also improve the rules of the official Tournament of Power by observing the General Assembly. Zeno nodded in satisfaction, as expected of a Grand Priest. You are so considerate. Seeing that Zeno had no objection, Grand Priest said to Kahn, then Kahn, you and Vados go back and prepare first. Please bring Gods of Destruction and Supreme Kai from the 7th universe, and choose the 7th universe within an hour. The 3 contestants from the 9th universe will come to Lord Zeno's palace to hold a panorama meeting with the 3 contestants from the 9th universe. The time for the Tournament of Power is determined to be after Wukike. After I confirm the venue, I will pass through the Supreme Kai of the universe. Kahn nodded, then stood up and said, well, Quan-chan, Master Grand Priest, then Vados and I will go back first back to Earth. Vados then said, Husband, why did you propose this Tournament of Power? Even if Master Zeno wants to eliminate the 8 universes that are lower than the average human level, our family can completely stay out of it. Kahn stopped, took a deep breath, and said earnestly, of course I know this very well. Although I am a quasi-big Gods of Destruction, I am also born as a human after all. I want to think about problems from a human perspective. Even if I take another 10,000 steps back, even if I can keep Bulma and no. 18. What about the Goku family? And friends like Master Roshi, Tine Shinhen, and Kellen? What should they do? What should I do with the earth under my feet where I grew up? Finished listening. Vados froze on the spot. I see. It's because she is small. My husband's situation is relatively big. Although I have lived on the earth for more than 10 years, I'm an angel after all. It is difficult for me to think about problems from the perspective of a normal human being. I hope my husband understands. Vados seriously reflected on his own problems. Kahn rubbed her head and said softly, it's nothing CJCA, I can understand your thoughts. Let's go, let's inform Beerus and Zin about this first, and then confirm the 3 people who will participate in the Panorama Conference players subsequently. Kahn took Vados an instant transmission to Beerus. Lord Kahn. Seeing Kahn coming, Beerus, who was still leisurely lying on the branch watching Son Goku and the three of them practice, was so frightened that he rushed over from the tree rolling and crawling. Then he knelt down on one knee. Master Kahn, you are here. Wise also suspended the special training for the three of Son Goku. Master Kahn, you are here today, but is there anything important? Wise guest. As the saying goes, if nothing happens, go to the Three Treasures Hall. If Kahn brought Vados to Star Beerus today, there must be something wrong. That's right. Vados smiled and said, just now, Lord Zeno decided to hold a tournament of power with 8 universes participating. The universe who lost in the power talent was defeated by Zeno Musaioking. Clear. Beerus didn't notice the point, but he noticed that the defeated universe would be cleared. Beerus lost half his soul in fright. Oh, it does seem to be a big deal. Wise said solemnly, Master Kahn, Sister Vados, what is going on? Why would Master Zeno suddenly want to hold the tournament of power? And the price of defeat is not that the universe will be cleared. Yes, Master Zeno didn't just have another sudden whim, did he? Beerus calmed down a little, curled his lips and said. The three Son Goku who were not far away naturally also heard the conversation here, and the expressions of the three of them gradually became dignified. The tournament of power that 8 universes participated in sounds very interesting. But once defeated, the price is that the entire universe will be wiped out. This is serious. Humph. Kahn glared at Beerus and scolded, Beerus, you still have the nerve to ask why. Then, Kahn briefly explained the ins and outs of the matter. After listening, Beerus' ears couldn't help but pull down. Then continue to reprimand, you occupy the seat of Gods of Destruction but do nothing. Your greatest interest is to sleep. Why do you think the average level of humans in the 7th universe is so low? If I hadn't pleaded with Zeno just now, you would have been eliminated by Zeno by now. Being reprimanded by Kahn in public, Beerus did not dare to refute anything, and accepted Kahn's reprimand very obediently. Because of poverty, the average human level of the 7th universe can't improve, which has a lot to do with his Gods of Destruction. Supreme Kai is responsible for observing and cultivating humans, while Gods of Destruction is for the survival of the fittest on each planet, so as to improve the average level of universe humans. May I ask you, Beerus, what did you do during the eons of Gods of Destruction? P.S. Ask for flowers. Chapter 110 Apologize to Lord Kahn. Seek full order. Chapter 110 Apologize to Lord Kahn. Either sleeping all day or on the way to sleep. If we really seriously examine the time for the survival of the fittest on each planet, I am afraid it is less than 1/10,000th of the sleeping time. What, Mr. Kahn taught is thank you, Mr. Kahn, for your great kindness! Beerus shivered. Master Beerus, I have reminded you more than once, telling you not to just focus on sleeping all day long. It's all right now, even Lord Master can't stand it anymore. Wise shook his head, quite helplessly. Beerus dare not refute a word now. It's not hard to imagine that if Kahn hadn't won the only chance to survive for them in front of Zeno, he might have been eliminated by Zeno now. Can you still be at ease here? Wait until the tournament of power is over, and after I officially take office as the Grand Gods of Destruction, you lazy and inactive Gods of Destruction, I will deal with you all at once. Your days are over. Kahn's tone was so cold that Beerus couldn't help shivering. When you are tired of living, you can die by yourself. Don't drag the entire universe with hundreds of millions of living beings to support you. Let's not talk about these for the time being. Now let's choose a minister who chooses to participate in the skirmish battle. Now Kahn doesn't have so much time to count Beerus's crimes in detail, and he will settle the accounts once and for all when he takes office as Gods of Destruction. The most important thing at the moment is the Panorama Conference. Kahn is not going to participate in the Panorama Tournament. For those huskies in the 9th universe, just find a few players and send them away. A skirmish? Only then did Beerus dare to raise his head and suggested, "Or let Son Goku and the others not go." Beerus was afraid to ask Kahn to play, and he didn't know that Kahn could play. Well, the three of Son Goku are just right. They have been practicing here for so long, and it's time to test their cultivation results. Wise agreed with Beerus' proposal. "Hey, is it finally our turn to play?" The three Son Goku took the initiative to come up. Compared with before coming here to practice, the aura emanating from the three of Son Goku is completely different. Even the Nabihan in the original book, after 2 years of training on Beerus' star, no longer Nabata. There is no scholarly air about Son Gohan now, just the domineering demeanor of a true Saiyan warrior. Looking up and down at Son Goku, Vegeta, and Son Gohan, Kahn nodded and said, "That's all for you. It is not very important to win or lose the General Assembly. The important thing is to make Zeno feel wonderful." True. Son Goku, Vegeta, and Son Gohan are all Saiyans. Waves are natural. With their current strength, it is more than enough to win the game after the waves are over. After all, the opponents are only the three Huskies of the 9th universe. Then let Son Goku and the others go and dismiss them casually. "Master Kahn, who is our opponent this time?" After confirming his universe's contestants for the Panorama Conference, Wise asked. According to Master Grand Priest, the Panorama Conference is a martial arts competition between the 7th universe and the 9th universe contestants. Vados narrowed his eyes slightly and smiled lightly. Son Gohan said, "Are the opponents players from Universe 9? I wonder how good they are." "Humph." Vegeta crossed his arms and said confidently, "It doesn't matter which universe player he is, as long as he knocks him down." "Brother Kahn, how do you say? How should we compare this game?" Son Goku chose to ask Kahn. In the face of the fate of the entire 7th universe, Son Goku chose to be cautious. Fighting is important, but you can't kill the entire universe just because you focus on fighting. It's almost like what I told Vegeta. But you don't have to take it too seriously at the beginning. Just wait until Zeno is satisfied with it and then defeat the opponent. Understood? Son Gohan immediately understood and analyzed. Uncle Kahn means that this Panorama Conference is more of a performance, right? Kahn nodded with a smile and praised. Nephew Gohan is indeed a person who has read books, and his comprehension ability is perfect. Ah, so that's the case. Only then did Son Goku suddenly realize. Although the nature of performance is a little bit more, we can't lose this Panorama Conference. At least we can't be ashamed in front of Master Zeno. Can you hear me clearly? Beerus was frothing and exhorted without hesitation. Of course I do, Lord Beerus. Son Goku scratched his head and said excitedly, "Hey, it's been a long time since I've really fought a battle. I'm looking forward to this panning conference. Then, let's meet at Supreme Kai now." Immediately, Kahn and his party moved from Beerus to Supreme Kai. After bringing the old Supreme Kai and Zin, Kahn and his party of 9 descended to Zeno Palace. Wow, is this where the most powerful god in the universe lives? It's spectacular. Son Goku and the others looked around curiously. Ask for flowers. Hey, Son Goku, I'll see Master Zeno later. It's best not to talk nonsense to me. Otherwise Master Zeno may make you disappear on the spot. Understand? Got it, Lord Beerus. Son Goku nodded resentfully, and then put away his usual sloppy attitude and became serious. Okay, let's go in immediately. Led by Kahn and Vados, a party of 9 marched along the gates into Zeno Palace. Entering the Zeno Palace, there are many stone pillars standing on both sides of a road, a long passage leading to nowhere. Tread, tread. The entire passage was so silent that a needle could be heard. Only the footsteps of the 9 members of Kahn's group echoed in the passage continuously for a long time. Suddenly, several figures appeared right in front of Kahn and the others, blocking their way. 0. It is the 9th universe Gods of Destruction Sidra, Angel Mogito, Supreme Kai Lior and 3 players from the 9th universe. Dangerous trio. Oh no, it should be called the Husky Trio. They are the eldest Belgimo, the second Lavanda, and the third Basil. The trio of Huskies were looking at Kahn with a haughty face, as if they didn't take them seriously at all. Zin took a step forward and greeted the other party, everyone from the ninth universe, long time no see. Kai Luo, the ninth universe supreme, smiled sinisterly, and jokingly said, Zin, are those the players from your seventh universe? They don't look very good. Snapped. As soon as Lior finished speaking, Gods of Destruction Sidra slapped him directly on the back of the head. Lior was stunned and said in a deep voice, Master Sidra, why did you suddenly hit me? But when he saw Sidra's expression at the moment, Lior broke out in a cold sweat on the spot. At this time, Sidra's eyes were cold, and his tone was cold. Lior, correct your attitude towards the future Lord Gods of Destruction Kahn, otherwise I don't mind changing to Supreme Kai first, and then destroying you. What? Heard the words. Supreme Kai lost his soul immediately, and he looked up to the opposite side in a daze. I saw that it was not Gods of Destruction Beerus standing in the front of the seventh universe, but the Lord Kahn that Sidra spoke of. When he noticed Kahn's cold and emotionless eyes staring at him, Lior shrank his neck in fright on the spot. Apologies to Lord Kahn, Sidra said commandingly. Yes, I'm sorry, Lord Kahn. I'm sorry for the offense just now. Please don't mind. Chapter 111 Master Kahn and -039's mind and pattern are beyond the reach of my little gods. Chapter 111 Master Kahn's mind and pattern are beyond the reach of my little god Master Kahn. Supreme Kai Luo does not know your identity. Please forgive me. Sidra also bowed deeply, apologizing sincerely. However, just when Sidra thought that Kahn would be furious, Kahn didn't even look at them, and led Vados, Beerus, and others straight past them and walked towards the main hall. Kahn is too lazy to talk to the Supreme Kai of the ninth universe. If he really talks to him, he will lose his identity. The other party has no quality, so there is no need to follow suit. A person like Luo is only worthy of being a clown, and will never become a big climate. After a few minutes, Kahn and Sidra gathered in the main hall of Zeno Palace. Supreme Kylo, who was so insolent just now, was quiet now. He stood there tense physically and mentally, not even daring to aim his eyes randomly. The future Gods of Destruction May 13. This identity alone is enough to overwhelm Supreme Kylo and make him breathless. Seeing that everyone is here, Grand Priest stretched out his right hand, saying, Since everyone is here, follow the example of the martial arts tournament on the earth of the seventh universe. We have also prepared a ring and audience seats. As Grand Priest's voice fell, the ground under Kahn and the others lost its support in an instant. Everyone in the seventh universe and the ninth universe fell down together. The place where Kahn and others fell was the contestant platform of the seventh universe, and that of the ninth universe was on the opposite side. In the middle is a large square arena, and around the arena, there are 10 stone platforms suspended, which are obviously auditoriums prepared for the other 10 universes subsequently. The Grand Priest also landed on a floating platform. Grand Priest opened his hands, and his voice filled the entire space with a supremely sacred voice. Gods from all universes, come down. Snapped. With a snap of the fingers, the Gods of Destruction, the Guide Angel, and the Supreme Kai from the remaining 10 universes descended one after another. After the gods descended, the voice of the Grand Priest sounded again. Master Zeno descended, call out. Zeno descended slowly under the protection of 2 guards. Zeno descends, and the gods pay homage. So there really are so many gods of destruction. Son Gohan secretly glanced at the gods on the stone platform, whispered, Today he has learned a lot. Shut up. It's not time for us to talk. Beerus glared at Son Gohan viciously, and Son Gohan was so frightened that he quickly fell silent. The gods have all been present, so before the Panorama Conference starts, please allow me to explain the purpose of holding the Tournament of Power. Grand Priest's voice sounded again, and it fell clearly in everyone's ears. Master Zeno has long felt that 12 universes are still too many, and the few universes whose average human level is relatively low have not improved for a long time. Zeno, Your Excellency originally planned to immediately eliminate the 8 universes that are averagely behind the average human being. As soon as this remark came out, the gods were in an uproar. The gods looked at each other in dismay, feeling uneasy in their hearts, and there was an ominous premonition in their hearts. For the gods of destruction and supreme Kai of each universe, they don't know that there is such a thing as the average human level ranking, but at the beginning of their tenure, the predecessors will tell them their responsibilities. As for whether to act or not, that is a matter of personal style and attitude. Some gods of destruction work hard to improve the human level of their respective universes, such as the first universe Gods of Destruction Imn and the 12th universe Gods of Destruction Gold. And some gods of destruction are muddling along, can be muddled for a day, do nothing at all, such as the 9th universe Gods of Destruction Sidra and the 7th universe Gods of Destruction Beerus. Looking at the gods who were in danger, Grand Priest smiled meaningfully and continued, "However, you should be thankful the future great gods of destruction Kahn asked Master Zeno to give you a chance to survive. This opportunity is the Tournament of Power. There are 8 universes participating in this Tournament of Power. The 1st, 12th, 5th, and 8th universes that rank among the top 4 in human average level do not need to participate. The remaining 8 universes each select 10 players to participate in the Tournament of Power, and the universes that lose the game in the Tournament of Power will be cleared by Master Zeno. That is to say, in this Tournament of Power, except for the 4 universes that do not need to participate, only 1 universe can stay." This news, like a blockbuster, instantly detonated the universe gods. The pupils of the gods of destruction and supreme Kai widened, and they couldn't believe what they heard. The defeated universe will be wiped out by Master Zeno. It's terrible. It's too cruel that only one of the 8 universes can survive. It's cruel, but if it wasn't for the future Lord Gods of Destruction Kahn, we wouldn't even have the only chance to survive now. That's right, Lord Kahn not only didn't take the event of the Gods of Destruction Summit to heart, but instead gave us the only chance to survive. Thet. The gods were discussing in low voices. What they didn't expect was that their only chance to survive was actually won by Kahn for them at this time. Grand Priest waved his hand, and the discussion of the gods stopped abruptly. "You gods of destruction and supreme Kai who don't do anything on weekdays should thank the future gods of destruction Kahn for giving you a chance to survive." As soon as Grand Priest said this, Champa asked anxiously, "Master Grand Priest, will the defeated universe and even the gods of destruction be wiped out by Master Zeno?" "Yes." Grand Priest nodded slightly. "The defeated universe, except for the guide angel, including gods of destruction and supreme Kai, will be wiped out. So I say, you should thank Mr. Kahn." Now, the gods who originally thought that the Tournament of Power was cruel, now they are completely deserted. At first they felt that even if they lost, what Zeno wanted to clear was only the universe. Gods of destruction and supreme Kai were not within the scope of clearing. But it turns out that they were thinking too much. Once defeated in the Tournament of Power, these so-called gods will be wiped out by Zeno along with their respective universes. Grand Priest was right. If Kahn hadn't fought for their only chance of survival in front of Zeno, they would have been wiped out by Zeno by now. Can you still stand here and talk and laugh happily? Immediately, in the eyes of the gods looking at Kahn, there is not only fear, but also awe and gratitude. Although only 1 universe in the Tournament of Power could survive in the end, but if it weren't for Kahn, among the 8 universes whose average human level is lower than theirs, not even one of them would survive at 4.3. Master Kahn deserves to be a person who can be a great gods of destruction. With such a mind and structure, we are far away from the little gods. That's right, Master Kahn's broad-mindedness and style are far beyond my imagination. Even after being targeted like he was at the Gods of Destruction Summit, Lord Kahn still gave us our only chance to survive. I am so ashamed. So far, Besides being grateful to Kahn, the gods still have guilt in their hearts. They were guilty of targeting and belittling Kahn at the Gods of Destruction Summit, and now Kahn personally asked Zeno to give them a chance to survive. Such a broad mind and structure are beyond the reach of Gods of Destruction. It's no wonder that Kahn can make the great Gods of Destruction staff recognize the Master in one go, and they have tried hundreds of thousands of times without success perhaps. This is the gap and difference between them and Kahn. Chapter 112 Rules. The rules are decided by the strong seek full order. Chapter 112 Rules. Rules are decided by the strong. After this incident, Kahn's prestige in the hearts of the gods undoubtedly reached a new height. However, Kahn, who is the person involved, did not fluctuate. He just blinked his star-black eyes, turning a deaf ear to the gods' comments. On the contrary, Beerus was also shocked and secretly said in his heart, Master Kahn was targeted at the Gods of Destruction Summit, but he still won the championship in previous Gods of Destruction Summits. Beerus was not untargeted. But being targeted often means that he missed the championship. But in this case, Kahn still climbed to the top of the Gods of Destruction Summit as a dark horse, which is enough to see Kahn's strength and mentality. And the reason why Kahn will be targeted is not without reason. In a hide-and-seek competition held by Zeno, Beerus sneaked back to the 7th universe and slept for 50 years, causing Zeno to almost wipe out all universes in a rage. Beerus thus became the public enemy of Gods of Destruction, and Kahn, who represented him at the Gods of Destruction Summit, was naturally replaced by the gods and Beerus became a public enemy. At this time, Grand Priest pressed his palm again, and the discussion hall became silent again. According to Zeno's request, the 9th universe, which has the lowest average level of human beings, and the 7th universe, which ranks 7th in average level of human beings, respectively launched 3 martial artists in this panorama conference in a one-on-one format. Martial arts sparring. This overview conference is the outpost of the Tournament of Power. There is no time limit. The game will go on until one side admits defeat or one side is unable to continue the game. I hope you will do your best to compete. Then, let's start the first match of the general tournament. Please invite players from both the 7th and 9th universes to come on stage then. The 7th universe and the 9th universe began to discuss who should play first. On the 9th universe side, the third child of the dangerous trio, Basil, grinned and volunteered, Okay, then let me take the lead. It's up to you, Basil. Belgimo folded his hands in front of his chest, confidently said, Send them away with your hands. However, at this time, Supreme Kailua was worried. Master Sidra, our opponent is the 7th universe represented by Master Kahn. What should we do? The Grand Priest seemed to have heard Liu Er's words and said, The purpose of this panning conference is to show Mr. Zeno the excitement of martial arts, and please don't let the water go on purpose, otherwise Zeno-sama should clear the universe. Immediately heard the words. Sidra said in a deep voice, Master Kahn should not be on the stage, and this is a panorama meeting requested by Master Zeno. We must not lose face in front of Master. Since this is the case, Supreme Kai said in a commanding tone, Basil, it's up to you. There is no place for a defeated dog in the 9th universe. You must win the first game for me. Basil looked cold and said proudly, Lord Supreme Kai, don't worry, just watch mine. The words fell. With a kick, Basil spun 720 degrees in the air and landed firmly on the ring at the same time. 7th universe here. Then who of us will play first? Supreme Kai glanced at Son Goku, Vegeta, and Son Gohan with this. Master Kahn, Tao thinks it's better to let whoever goes first. Beerus asked Kahn for his opinion. Whoever goes first can go. Kahn said it's casual, it doesn't matter who goes up anyway, any of the 3 of them can kill the existence of the Husky Trio in seconds. In this case, it doesn't matter who goes up first. Hey Son Goku warmed up and was about to go on the stage first, but was stopped by Vegeta and said incredulously, Kakarot, I want to go first. Finished. Vegeta stepped into the ring without giving Son Goku any chance to refute. In the arena, Basil held his head high, looked at Vegeta in front of him with a strong attitude, and sneered, "Are you my opponent?" The corner of Vegeta's mouth raised, revealing an evil smile, and said solemnly, "That's right, I haven't fought anyone for a long time. I hope you can let this prince have a good time playing." Since Vegeta has no family experience like the original, this Vegeta still retains the cruelty and violence of the Saiyan nation. HMPH, I don't have anything to do with fun. I will beat you as fast as possible. At this time, Basil didn't seem to realize the seriousness of the matter, and he was still talking and laughing happily, sitting firmly on the Daiōyutai. Seeing that the contestants from both sides have already entered the ring, the Lord Quan can't wait to watch the wonderful martial arts competition. So Grand Priest gave an order. The first game of the general meeting, start. Call out. Call out. As the Grand Priest announced the official start of the game, both Vegeta and Basil disappeared in place. A second later, Vegeta and Basil engaged in a fierce melee. Wow! Amazing! Zeno watched the battle between Vegeta and Basil intently, and let out exclamations from time to time. Even Vegeta's normal strength is comparable to Basil's, even slightly stronger. But obviously, Vegeta still couldn't solve the battle quickly. And that's exactly what Vegeta wanted. He is not in a hurry to deal with the opponent because of Saiyan's nature. He intends to torture Basil for a while, and finally use his full strength to defeat him with one blow. The battle went on for a few minutes, and Vegeta transformed into a super form. The situation of the battle suddenly changed from being evenly matched to being unilaterally fought. Seeing this, the ninth universe couldn't sit still. Supreme Kai's face turned black, and he roared angrily, "Basil, you should know that there is no place for a defeated dog in the ninth universe. Fight back. Stop talking nonsense and give me that." Basil roared unwillingly. Now he has begun to do whatever it takes to win. "You are responsible for the consequences." Supreme Kai immediately threw an inexplicable ball of meat at Basil. Kulu. After swallowing that inexplicable ball of meat, Basil's breath suddenly rose. Scarlet energy flames erupted from Basil's body, his muscles bulged layer by layer, full of strength. "As long as I have this, I will win. I will win." Seeing that the opponent used contraband to increase the force by 630, Beerus couldn't sit still, and wanted to protest immediately. Kahn stopped and said, "Beerus, I suggest you not to meddle in your own business. You should know that the actual meaning of this panorama conference is an exhibition competition. Even if you protest, there will be no results." "Annoy Zeno." Beerus said unwillingly, "Master Kahn, is it against the rules to ignore the bastard of the ninth universe like this?" "Rule?" Kahn asked rhetorically. "The rules are decided by the strong, and did Grand Priest just say that it is not allowed to use contraband to increase strength?" Beerus was speechless for a moment. This it seems that it has never been said. Besides, with his hands on his back, Kahn stared at Vegeta and Basil in the ring below, and said, "The 5 scumbags are the 5 scumbags. Even if their strength improves, it will not change the status quo that they are the 5 scumbags." "Master Kahn is right, Master Beerus. Don't you have confidence in Mr. Vegeta's strength?" Wise also agrees with Kahn's statement. Beerus was at a loss for words again. It seems that this is the case. Vegeta had just changed into a Super 1 form, and the other party had already started using contraband at the end of the road. In the arena, the corner of Vegeta's mouth raised, and he sarcastically said, "Have you used some means to temporarily increase your strength? So what? In front of my absolute power, Vegeta, your power is meaningless. What?" A wave of deep energy descended, and a bright blue energy flame exploded from Vegeta's body. Chapter 113 Kahn wants to participate in the Tournament of Power. The gods were shocked. Seek full. Chapter 113 Kahn is going to participate in the Tournament of Power. The gods are shocked. In this way, it should be over. Wise narrowed his eyes slightly and smiled lightly. Even if Basil has taken drugs to improve his strength, with Vegeta's current strength alone, he can easily deal with the drug-addicted Basil with only the Super 1 form. There is no need for Super Blue at all. Basil, who has kryptonite, can't even pass a fat fan, let alone Vegeta, the Super 1 of this period. It's just Vegeta, who likes to pretend. In addition, after 2 years of special training on Beerus, there was finally a battle, and he did not show his cultivation results in front of everyone. How could this be in line with Vegeta's personality that likes to pretend? Seeing Vegeta filling the cup, Son Goku and Son Gohan's heart was itching a bit. Blue blue. On the 9th universe side, the Ghost King Shenliuo was shocked when he saw Vegeta in the super blue form. It was just gold a moment ago, and now it's blue again? What happened to the contestants of the 9th universe? Humph. Vegeta snorted softly, then made a classic deflated gesture, pretending to say, "This is called Super Saiyan Blue, and I am Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta." Call, what's Super Demi-Human Blue? Liu Er's face sank, and he shouted, "Basil, kill him." "I know, stop talking nonsense." Basil stared at Kailan Vegeta fiercely. After taking the medicine, his strength was greatly improved, but the medicine also had huge side effects on himself. But Basil can't care about these now. As long as he can win this game, these side effects are worth it. Immediately, Basil swept up into the air, and a red energy bomb quickly condensed on his right foot. Flash shockwave. Boom! The moment the flash shockwave exploded, the entire venue was rendered red by the red light that bloomed above it. You can't overestimate yourself, so let you experience the power of my super blue Vegeta. The words fell. I saw Vegeta guessing with both feet and then opened his arms wide. Looking at Vegeta's posture, Kahn can probably guess what move Vegeta is going to use. The ultimate flash. This move can be said to be Vegeta's nirvana. Even if you look at the entire Dragon Ball world, Ultimate Flash is a move in the Energy Wave series, and its power is top-notch. It's just dealing with a Basil, not too bad. The next moment, go to hell for me. Ultimate Flash. Boom! The ultimate flash of golden lightning flashing around penetrated the void and blasted out suddenly. Head on to Basil's Flash Blaster. Wow! Watching this spectacular scene, Zeno couldn't help but widen his eyes. After a second, Ultimate Flash meets Flash Blaster. Boom! At the moment of meeting, under the terrifying power of the Ultimate Flash, Basil's Flash Shockwave was swallowed by the Ultimate Flash on the spot. Then, the Ultimate Flash unabated. Under the horrified gazes of Basil and everyone in the 9th universe, Basil was completely devoured. Boom! After hitting Basil, the Ultimate Flash produced a violent explosion of energy. The energy explosion spread to the entire space of the venue. All the angels and grand priests hurriedly opened their energy barriers to avoid being directly affected by this energy explosion a long time. The energy explosion produced by the Ultimate Flash has just gradually annihilated. Everyone took a closer look and saw that Basil was already lying on the ring covered with bruises, his eyes closed tightly, act recklessly. HMPH, class, Vegeta said disdainfully. Basil Uo slumped on the ground powerlessly, his face full of despair. Zeno commended that the martial arts competition in the first match was very exciting, so the first match of the Panorama Conference ended and the 7th Universe Vegeta player won. The Grand Priest then announced the result of the match. Good job, Vegeta. Vegeta won the first game of Panorama. Who is the most efficient person? That's Beerus and Supreme Kai. Vegeta, however, lacked interest and said, "Shout, there is nothing to be happy about winning against this kind of opponent." Beerus smiled, "You kid is not happy, but I am happy. Let me play the second round." Son Goku couldn't wait any longer and jumped onto the ring directly. Speaking of which, he hasn't really fought once in a long time. So Son Goku is eager to have a good fight. The ninth universe sent Lavanda, the second child of the Husky Trio. There is no suspense about the outcome of this game. After a few minutes of surfing, Son Goku, like Vegeta just now, turned into Super Blue and defeated Lavanda with absolute overwhelming power. There's not much to say about the last Son Gohan vs. Belgamo match. If it is Nabihan in the original book, there is a high probability of losing. It's a pity that the current Son Gohan is not wild. No matter how much Belgamo can absorb energy, his body always has a limit. In the end, Belgamo was defeated by Son Gohan with absolute strength so far. The Panorama Conference ended with a big victory for the 7th universe. In this overview meeting, the other universe gods also noticed the powerful strength of the 3 Son Goku, so they all became wary of the 3 Son Goku. When it comes to the main match of the Tournament of Power, what they need to watch out for most may be the 7th universe. It's finally over. Kahn heaved a long sigh of relief. If this overview meeting continues, he may be going to sleep. This is the end of all the competitions in the Panorama Conference, so what's next on the suspended platform? Grand Priest stretched out one hand and a ray of colored energy emerged. I'm going to start building the Tournament of Power ring. It will take a little time. Please wait a moment before the official Tournament of Power game starts. Grand Priest said while building a ring from the air. Master Grand Priest, how long will it take to build the arena? Wise asked casually. 5 kicks. Grand Priest said. The Tournament of Power will start at 157.00 on Wanglai 3,135,556,300. Before that, please find all the 10 players of the Tournament of Power from the Gods of the Universe. Players paused. Grand Priest glanced at Kahn on the 7th universe platform and said, by the way, Mr. Gods of Destruction Kahn will attend the Tournament of Power as the 7th universe player nanny. Master Kahn wants to participate in the Tournament of Power. This if Master Kahn also played, how could we have won? That is to say, Lord Kahn is the one who won the Gods of Destruction Summit Championship. If he also attends the Tournament of Power, it's not the news that Kahn participated in the Tournament of Power as the 7th universe player was like a blockbuster, which instantly detonated the gods. Kahn, who was the champion of the last Gods of Destruction Summit, attended the Tournament of Power. Isn't that like a wolf joining the sheep and bullying others? This is like the Gods of Destruction from their respective universes attacking the humans in their own universes. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is a dimensionality reduction blow one all the Gods of Destruction couldn't accept the top. Because once Kahn plays in the Tournament of Power, they have no chance of winning at all. Chapter 114 Rebuke Beerus. The last 2 places are of course us. Chapter 114 Rebuke Beerus. Of course we are the last 2 places, eh? Can't you? Listening to the gods' discussion, Zeno blinked his cute little eyes as if dissatisfied with the gods' protest. Grand Priest also seemed to notice Zeno's dissatisfaction, and immediately waved his hand. After the gods calmed down, he said incredulously, Mr. Kahn played in the Tournament of Power at the request of Master Zeno. Do you have any comments? The Gods of Destruction who were still protesting against Kahn's participation in the Tournament of Power just shrunk their necks and fell silent. If it was Kahn's own request, then they could still protest with Zeno, and it turned out that it was Zeno himself who asked Kahn to play. Who dares to protest? Unless he wants to disappear on the spot. While the rest of the Gods of Destruction were upset about Kahn's Tournament of Power, Beerus was secretly laughing inside. It's really a happy family and a few sad ones. For the other 7 Gods of Destruction, Kahn played Tournament of Power, which was the worst news. But for Beerus, it's the best news he's ever heard in his life. Haha, husband, it seems that everyone is dissatisfied with your participation in the Tournament of Power. Looking at the aggrieved faces of the gods, Vados covered his mouth and snickered. I can understand their feelings. If it were me, I would also be dissatisfied. It is reasonable for Champa and Quaitla to be dissatisfied with their participation in the Tournament of Power. Anyone who does this kind of thing will be dissatisfied. After all, a person who is not in the same dimension as players from various universes to participate in the Tournament of Power is a dimensionality reduction blow in itself. So, for those of you gods of destruction with a strong desire to survive, it is normal to feel dissatisfied and protest. But that's okay. Anyway, after the Tournament of Power is over, they will be resurrected. At this time, seeing that the gods were silent, the Grand Priest sent everyone back to their respective universes. Ha 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 ha. Waiting to return to the Supreme Kai world of the 7th universe, Beerus finally couldn't help laughing out loud. Lord Beerus, what are you laughing at? Son Goku scratched his head, wondering. See the aggrieved expressions of those bastards gods of destruction just now. Tears came out of my eyes from laughing. Ha 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 ha. Beerus bent over laughing. Now is not the time to laugh. Shouldn't we decide who will be playing in the Tournament of Power first? Vados said, even including my husband, there are only 4 players here. CJBJ cough cough cough. After being told by Vados, Beerus stopped laughing and coughed tactfully. Master Kahn, do you have any good candidates? Beerus believes that for such a major event as player selection, it is still necessary to consult Kahn. And Kahn should know the masters of the 7th universe better than him. However, when Beerus asked Kahn with this idea, Kahn rolled his eyes on the spot and scolded, "Are you gods of destruction or am I gods of destruction? Let me do everything for you, and you just sit and wait for victory. Is that right?" Lord Kahn, that's not what I meant, it's just Beerus was so frightened that his ears dropped on the spot. Wise also said, Master Beerus, after all, you are the gods of destruction of the 7th universe, and Master Kahn is participating in the Tournament of Power this time as a player from the 7th universe. In terms of player selection, it is up to you to choose yourself right. Beerus, if you don't change your inertia, you will know what cruelty is when I officially take office as the Grand Gods of Destruction. Kahn continued to yell. It is obviously my own work, but I have to shame others to do it. No wonder the average human level of the 7th universe in the original book is the second to last. With such a lazy Gods of Destruction, can the average level not be low? Even in the original book, even Master Roshi and Kling and his ilk went to participate in the Tournament of Power. One can imagine how weak the backbone of the 7th universe is. I'm sorry, Master Kahn, it's my problem. I will definitely change it. Beerus shivered. Haha, Brother Kahn, why don't you let me go back to Earth to find players? Master Beerus is not familiar with the masters on Earth. At this time, Son Goku came out to smooth things over. Kahn glared at Beerus and said, Beerus, this is the last time, don't make an exception. 17 Beerus bowed his head resentfully. Kahn ignored Beerus and immediately ordered, let's go back to Earth first. Master Kahn, I will trouble you and Son Goku about the contestants. Beerus-sama used to have such a personality, so please don't mind. The old Supreme Kai who had been silent for a long time came up and said okay. Kahn waved his hand and said, there is no need to say more about the extra words. Back on Earth, Kahn directly sent Son Goku to find Piccolo. He returned to Universal Capsules with Vados, Wise, Beerus, and others. Hey, Beerus and Wise are here too. Seeing that Kahn and Vados came back, Bulma and No. 18 greeted them quickly. Husband, what happened? Number 18 frowned slightly and asked. Let's go back first. On the 2nd floor platform, Kahn succinctly explained the matter of the Tournament of Power from the beginning. After listening, No. 18 said with a pretty face, once the battle is defeated, will the entire universe disappear? This is too scary. Her hunch was right. Earlier, Kahn and Vados followed Grand Priest to Zeno Palace, but when they came back, there were more Beerus and others, so she guessed that something must have happened. Master Zeno is such a scary character. Beerus covered his face and pouted. After all, the Tournament of Power has been confirmed, and now it seems that it is not the time to be unfounded. Let's first confirm the 10 players who will play in the Tournament of Power, Vados said, and then clicked on the current 4 players. They are Kahn, Son Goku, Vegeta, Son Gohan. Son Goku went to find Piccolo, counting one more Piccolo, that's 5. In this way, there are still 5 contestants short. Wise said. Son Gohan then suggested, if you really don't have enough, you can find Tine Shinhan and Kellen Uncle. Before Kahn could refute, no. 18 spoke first, let's forget about them. Their strength is not even comparable to mine. Husband, why don't you let me? No. 16 and no. 17 also participate? After all, I can't stay out of the fate of the entire universe. Husband, what do you think? Vados looked at Kahn and asked. The strength of no. 18 is indeed not bad. If she were to compete with no. 16 and no. 17, they would be 3 good players. Kahn nodded and said, that's what I planned. After confirming the 3 artificial human contestants on the 18th, Wise continued, in this way, we have 8 contestants, and the last 2 places are left. The last 2 places are of course us. Wise didn't finish his sentence. A girlish voice sounded like a silver bell. Everyone looked along the source of the sound and saw Lades, who was 1.75 meters tall, and Lin Yu, who was 1.8 meters tall, standing at the door of the platform on the 2nd floor. A look of excitement and excitement. Chapter 115 Rads and -039. Wish, Burdock and -039's Long-Cherished wish please order in full. Chapter 115 Lades wish, Burdock's wish at only 12 years old. Lades is already slim and handsome. Skin as white as fat, as if made of water, can be broken by blowing bombs. She looks somewhat similar to Vados, with a charming smile on her pretty face all the time, coupled with her silver hair pouring down to her waist like a waterfall, and her pure and sweet temperament. Simply a man-killer. As for Lin Yu, although they are only 12 years old, who makes Kahn and Bulma have good genes? So Lin Yu, who is only 12 years old this year, has grown to a height of 1.8 meters. Under everyone's gaze, Lades and Lin Tilda Yu walked over. Lads took Kahn's arm and said, Dad, of course we have to participate in this kind of thing law. Lin Yu also said, Dad, Sister Lades and I should be able to help. Kahn didn't speak and seemed to be thinking about something. Mother. Seeing that Kahn didn't speak, Lades hurriedly asked Vados for help and cast a begging look at Vados. She really wants to play in this tournament of power. Husband, why don't you let Lades and Xiaoyu go? Their strength is not bad after all. No way, who let Vados favor Lades? However, she was only helping Lades to talk to Kahn, and if Kahn disagreed, Vados had nothing to do. Are these 2 little brats okay? Beerus questioned. Although Lades and Lin Yu are both tall, they look too tender, and Beerus can tell at a glance that they are brats. Bald-headed cat, who do you think can't do it? Don't accept heads up. Being questioned by Beerus, Lin Yu refused to accept it and proposed to challenge Beerus on the spot. Beerus' eyelids twitched violently. Although he was annoyed at being called a bald cat, it was Kahn's son. Beerus just curled his lips and ignored him. At this time, Kahn, who had been silent for a long time, finally spoke. What are the girls doing? Go Xiaoyu, and Lades will accompany you. Bulma aunt at home heard the words. Lades pouted immediately and said very dissatisfied, then aunt no. 18 is also a girl. Kahn asked back, how old are you? How old is aunt on the 18th? Lades was speechless and could only stomp his feet angrily. Okay. Kahn slowed down his tone a little and said, Lades, you can stay at home this time, wait for Dad to return in triumph, and Dad will grant you a wish. How about it? Although she was still a little reluctant, Lades also knew that her father had given her a step down. She still understands Kahn's temper. Eat soft but not hard. So Kahn stepped up, and Lades didn't hold back with Kahn anymore, saying, Then I want the most delicious ice cream and cakes in the world. By the way, there's also the prettiest dress. Kahn was amused. A girl is still a girl after all. Is it such a simple wish? Got it right. Okay, when the time comes, Dad will fulfill your wish once and for all. Ratston, who was still sulking, suddenly smiled. Hee, Dad is the best. Seeing that Kahn had coaxed Lades back, Vados breathed a sigh of relief. In this way, we have 9 contestants and we are short of the last one. Wise then said, "The last one, let me do it." Just then, Burdock and Jin came out of the house. Burdock's eyes fell directly on Kahn, and he said seriously, "Kahn, last time Dad failed to protect Planet Vegeta, this time I have to protect our universe no matter what." Kahn stood up, nodded and said, "Dad, I've been waiting for you for a long time." The main reason why Kahn didn't let Lades go is that he intends to reserve the last spot for Burdock. So far, the 10 players for the Tournament of Power are finally confirmed. Kahn, Burdock, Lin Yu, Son Goku, Vegeta, Son Gohan, 16, 17, 18 and Piccolo. With this luxurious lineup, why don't you hang up the broken lineup in the original book? Soon, Son Goku also came to meet up with Piccolo. And on the 16th and 17th, after notifying them on the 18th, they also came as quickly as possible. It is worth mentioning that after marrying Kahn on the 18th, the 16th and 17th became forest rangers, and the 17th got married and had children. Great, now we have confirmed the 10 players of Universe, let's confirm the battle plan next. Supreme Kai suggested. HMPH, there is no need for any battle plan at all, just knock him down when you meet a powerful guy. Vegeta dismisses Sin's battle plan. Anyway, his battle plan is to do it. Whoever is strong, we should eliminate him first, or we'll be done. Just do it. Ask for Flower's battle plan? What is that? Need it? Since it's 8 universes and 80 players in a melee, I don't think it's better to formulate a battle plan. Piccolo also weighed in. Son Gohan echoed, "I think Piccolo uncle has a point. Pungent. Could you please give me your opinion?" Beerus fretted. Not to mention that before the Tournament of Power started, internal strife started on my side. Honey, why don't you come up with an idea? 18 chooses to ask Kahn for his opinion. After all, Kahn is the main force on their side. Kahn raised his eyes slightly and said, "I don't need any battle plan. With our lineup, we just pushed all the way. What else do we need?" Joke. Such things as battle plans are the least necessary. Even if you have a battle plan, do you still expect Son Goku and Vegeta to follow the battle plan? And with their luxurious lineup, even if the other 7 universes join forces and they don't make a move themselves, they are enough to push evenly. What other battle plan is needed? Battle plan or something? Are you looking down on Dad and my strength? Lin Yu folded his hands on his chest, looking extremely domineering. Although he is only 12 years old, Lin Yu gradually has the shadow of Kahn in him. Beerus, now that Kahn has said that, what else can he say? But if you think about it carefully, it seems to be true. I'm afraid Kahn's strength alone is enough to sweep the remaining 7 universe players, so what kind of battle plan is needed? Isn't this superfluous? Then, everyone stayed at Universal Capsule Company for one night. Time quickly came to the second night. The time to officially hold the Tournament of Power is approaching. Wise didn't know when to hold a small red flag, and there was a number 7 on the red flag, which represented the 7th universe. The time is coming soon. Please stand together. After the 10 contestants headed by Kahn, as well as Vados, Beerus, Wise, Zin, and the old Supreme Kai all gathered together, Wise looked up at the night sky. Master Grand Priest, all the warriors of the 7th universe have arrived. I see. The voice of Grand Priest came from the night sky, and then a colorful barrier emerged out of thin air, enveloping Kahn and his party, and slowly lifted off into the sky. Chapter 116. It seems that even the universe and 039's number 1 killer, Hitt, finds it very difficult. Chapter 116. It seems that even Hitt, the number 1 killer in the universe, finds it very difficult. Burdock, Kahn, Kakarot, Come on, come back safely. On the platform on the second floor, Jin waved his little hand. His small and delicate face was full of anticipation and hope. Bulma, Lades, Klin, and the others all looked up at Kahn and the others and waved to them this time. They are no longer fighting for individuals but for the entire seventh universe. The fate of hundreds of millions of souls in the seventh universe now rests on the Tenkon players. After a few seconds, under the watchful eyes of Lades, Bulma, and others, the colorful energy covering Kahn and others disappeared into the night sky with a whistling sound. No boundaries. As the name suggests, this is a space with nothing, and this is where the Tournament of Power is held. A huge 373 top-shaped arena floats above Washiji, and there is a tall stone pillar in the middle of the arena. As the Tournament of Power progresses, the stone pillar will fall down every 5 minutes. When the stone pillar falls to the level of the ring, it means that the Tournament of Power is officially over. Outside the arena, there is a long fan-shaped auditorium that surrounds half of the Tournament of Power arena. Here are the seats for the gods of the 12 universes to watch the match. Before Kahn and others arrived, 4 or 5 universe players and gods had already arrived. First call out. Suddenly, a dozen or so figures suddenly appeared on the ring. They were Kahn and his group that were teleported from the Earth by the Grand Priest. As soon as the people from the 7th universe arrived, they immediately attracted the attention of the gods. On the 4th universe side, Quietla stared at the direction of Kahn and the others, curled his lips and said, Master Kahn really came to compete. I really don't understand why Master Zeno wants Master Kahn to participate in the Tournament of Power. Supreme Kakarot asked in confusion, Master Quietla, is this future Lord Gods of Destruction Kahn very strong? Quietla gave him a blank look and said in a bad mood, Are you talking nonsense? Can Lord Kahn win the championship at the Gods of Destruction Summit? Even Lord Quietla lost to this Lord Kahn. Angel Vados said. Hearing this, Supreme Kakarot also had a preliminary understanding of Kahn's strength. He said solemnly, This is troublesome. With Lord Kahn here, our chances of winning the championship have dropped by another 10 percentage points. Now our chances of winning the championship have infinitely approached 0. Vados said, Be confident, it's 0. Quietla gritted his teeth and said angrily and resentfully, I really don't understand. Even if the 7th universe loses, Mr. Kahn probably won't be cleared by Mr. Zeno, right? Why does he still play as a player from the 7th universe? Yeah, the thought of letting the bald cat like Beerus win makes me sick. He Quietla can lose, but Beerus must lose too. Vados shook his head and said, There is no way. After all, Master Kahn was personally requested by Master Zeno to play. For this, Quietla also expressed helplessness. Immediately, he turned his head, looked at the 10 fighters in his own universe, and said without hesitation, Hey, cheer me up. No one is allowed to be eliminated, you know. Yes, Terra God. Look at ours. The 6th universe is next door. Is that the Kahn you mentioned? With his hands in his pockets, Hitt's eagle-like eyes fell on Kahn. Yes, do you have the confidence to defeat him? Champa glanced at Hitt and asked. Hitt didn't answer, but just retracted his gaze, took a deep breath and closed his eyes. What international joke? Is this an opponent he can beat? Hitt just watched from a distance, knowing that this was an opponent he absolutely couldn't beat. At least in a head-to-head fight, he couldn't possibly take advantage of Kahn. If it's a sneak attack, then maybe not. It seems that even the universe's #1 killer, Hitt, finds it very difficult. Alice said. Champa. At this time, Gabe suddenly said, Lord Champa, is that Cyan from the 7th universe you mentioned? It looks super strong. Afro Caulifla excitedly said. Immediately, Caulifla didn't think too much, and walked straight up to everyone in the 7th universe. Leaving Kale fluttering in the wind, she wanted to go up with Caulifla, but was shy. Is this the Tournament of Power ring? It's big enough. A lot of masters from other universes, super excited. At this time, Son Goku, Piccolo, and others were also looking at the Tournament of Power Ring, as well as players from various universes. Suddenly, Kahn raised his eyebrows and saw Caulifla walking towards them alone. Caulifla stopped 3 meters away, pointed to Kahn, and said, "Hey, I heard you are Cyan from the 7th universe, right?" "I am Cyan from the 6th universe, and my name is Caulifla. Does the 6th universe have Cyan?" Son Goku and the others looked at Caulifla curiously. Wise Popular Science said, "The 6th universe and the 7th universe are twin universes, so it is normal to have Cyan." "So this is Son Goku nodded, half understanding. "What's up?" asked Kahn. Caulifla put her hands on her hips and said excitedly, "Your name is Kahn, right? Master Champa said that you are super strong, so I am looking forward to fighting with you." "What?" Hearing that Caulifla was going to challenge Kahn, everyone was dumbfounded. "Your little sister is not very strong, but she is quite courageous. Pick the strongest one right from the start." Whether it should be said or not, Caulifla's vision is also quite vicious. "What's so funny? I don't necessarily lose to you," Caulifla said confidently. "You are not qualified to challenge my father, you have to beat me first." Before Kahn could speak, Lin Yu stood up first. Caulifla looked at Lin Yu with her head, squinted her eyes and said, "You are Kahn's son? So you are also Cyan, and I happened to clean up your father and son together." Lin Yu chuckled, "I'll wait. I remember you. When the Tournament of Power officially starts, you should be ready to accept my challenge." After putting down a harsh word, Caulifla went back. "What? Cyan from the 6th universe doesn't have a tail?" Looking at Caulifla's back, Vegeta wondered. Vados raised his lips slightly and said 4.4. "The Saiyans of the 6th universe are different from the Saiyans of the 7th universe. They have no tails, and the Saiyans of the 6th universe are more peace-loving. Cyan is very different. We did this in the past to survive, and later Cyan was ruled by force by King Cold and Frieza successively. In order to survive, we Cyan can only fulfill their orders." Burdock blinked and said, "My Lord Grand Priest, the warriors of the 1st universe have also arrived." Just then, Makarita's voice sounded. "I see." Grand Priest snapped his fingers and Vermont, Makarita, and Kay came to the Tournament of Power Ring with Jiren, Toppo, and other 10 proud team members. As soon as the Tournament of Power arrived, Jiren immediately turned around and met Kahn's eyes. An unparalleled sense of oppression swept out instantly, and Kahn suppressed it. Chapter 117. Why see if you can lie down? Jiren and -039's evaluation seek full order. Chapter 117 Can lie down. YC. Suppressed with a sense of oppression with a terrifying momentum, Son Goku and others immediately felt a huge pressure. "What a strong sense of oppression. Is this guy running towards us?" Feeling Jiren's terrifying sense of oppression, Son Gohan said solemnly. Piccolo felt as if he was facing a formidable enemy, and said in a deep voice, "This guy's aura is as sharp as a needle. Do other universes have such masters? It's amazing. I want to fight this guy." While Son Goku was amazed, the militant factor of the Saiyan nation began to boil in his body. Just the breath made him feel tremendous pressure. This kind of master aroused Son Goku's strong fighting spirit. 17th said, "It seems that it is not easy for us to win. None of the fighters in this universe are ordinary people." After a little analysis, he found that Jiren is not the only one who is strong in the 11th universe. For example, the tall guy with long beard next to Jiren, and the guy who looks like a rabbit, their strength should not be underestimated. It's true that you can't take it lightly, maybe it will capsize in the gutter. Vados is also a reminder. 29 The Grand Priest has not yet announced the rules of the Tournament of Power, but what is certain is that the Tournament of Power is an 80-man melee. Since it is a melee, there will be many variables. It's better to be careful. And just when Son Goku and others were almost out of breath by Jiren's terrifying aura, Kahn's expression remained calm, and then his shoulders shook slightly. The frightening aura released by Jiren dissipated in an instant. On the other hand, Jiren's body also shook violently. "Jiren, how are you doing?" asked Toppo. Jiren took a deep breath and said solemnly, "He's a strong guy, leave him to me." To be able to get such a high evaluation from Jiren, it seems that Kahn, the seventh universe, is really not easy. Supersonic Dispo murmured inwardly. The other members of the proud team also nodded. It was the first time they had heard Jiren speak so highly of a person. You must know that Jiren is the absolute trump card of the proud team. Even for Toppo, Jiren has never put him in his eyes. But for Kahn, Jiren gave such a high evaluation, which shows how much Jiren attaches importance to Kahn. "Jiren, are you sure?" asked Vermut. After pondering for a while, Jiren said with a blank face, "I will try my best at the same time." Seventh universe here. Kahn, what universe are those guys from? When Jiren turned around, Burdock, who had been silent for a long time, finally asked. "They are fighters from the 11th universe. The man just now should be called Jiren the Grey. He is the strongest human being in the 11th universe and the ace player of the 10th universe." Kahn glanced at Burdock and said, "Dad, are you interested in him?" A cold light flashed in Burdock's resolute eyes. He nodded and said, "Leave it to me." "Okay, it seems that I don't need to take action." Kahn nodded with a smile. Although Zeno asked himself to participate in the Tournament of Power, Kahn estimated that he was just a soy saucer. "Why do you want to see if you can lie down?" In short, the fate of the 7th universe is now in your hands. Wise said, "Master Beerus, Sister Vados, let's go to the auditorium." Husband, Sister No. 18, come on. Vados greeted Kahn and No. 18 with a smile and followed Wise, Beerus and others to the auditorium. After the other universe gods gave orders to the fighters of their respective universes, they also rushed to the auditorium. In addition to the 8 participating universes, Gods of Destruction, Angel, and Supreme Kai from the 1st, 12th, 5th, and 8th universes also took their seats in the auditorium early. 80 universes and 80 contestants have all arrived. Immediately, Grand Priest's voice filled the entire Wajiji with supreme momentum. It seems that all 8 universes have arrived. Next, please allow me to introduce the universes participating in the Tournament of Power. Second universe, Beautiful Universe. Grand Priest introduced the 8 universes of this Tournament of Power in sequence. There is a look of determination on every contestant's face. They come here for their respective universes' life and death destiny. Everyone wants to stand out from the Tournament of Power and get the only chance to survive. Therefore, it is not difficult to imagine how intense and tragic this Tournament of Power will be. After introducing the 8 participating universes, Grand Priest's tone suddenly became respectful. "Next, please listen to Zeno's speech. Everyone please be quiet." The voice fell. A miniature palace descends into No Realm. Zeno pushed the door out, overlooking the entire arena from a high position. His immature voice resounded. "Welcome everyone. I have been looking forward to this Tournament of Power. Let's have a lively game together." Grand Priest bowed slightly. "Thank you, Zeno, for his wonderful speech. Next, let me introduce the rules of this Tournament of Power in detail. The time of this Tournament of Power is 100 tuckers. The middle pillar will sync with time, and it will end when the height falls to be parallel to the ground. Everyone listened carefully as Grand Priest introduced the rules of the Tournament of Power. The rules are the same as in the original book. Flying is not allowed, weapons are not allowed, death is not allowed, and any floating moves are not allowed, such as flying technique. Of course, except for those born with wings. In addition, everyone is endowed with the gravity of their respective planets, ensuring that they can participate in the battle in the best condition. The only way to eliminate an opponent is to throw the opponent off the ring. Even if a person is seriously injured and has no ability to act, as long as he is still in the ring, he is not considered eliminated. After the end of the 100 tucker time, the side with the most number of universes remaining in the ring is the winning universe. In the end, the best player in the universe will be selected, and a Super Dragon Ball will be awarded as a reward, which can realize any wish. That's the end of the rule description. All players, please get ready. The voice of the Grand Priest resounds through the realm of nowhere. But at the moment in the arena, there was complete silence. The tournament of power has not yet officially started, and the air is already filled with a strong smell of gunpowder. Any turmoil will detonate the tense atmosphere, resulting in an earth-shattering melee in the audience. All the gods of the 12 universes held their breath and watched nervously the 80 contestants on the stage. Except for the 4 universes that do not need to participate, Gods of Destruction and Supreme Kai of the remaining 8 universes are already very tense, and they all want to stand out from the tournament of power, be the only surviving universe. But now, they have no power to control the fate of their own universe, and can only rely on the 10 players of their respective universes. Under this rule, even if the 7th universe has such a powerful master as Kahn, the Gods of Destruction at least still retain a sliver of hope. As long as they can stay to the end and have the most people, they will win. In the arena, the tense atmosphere fell silent for a long time. Cemetery. Grand Priest's imposing voice sounded again. Tournament of power, start now. The tense atmosphere in the arena instantly turned into a strong smell of gunpowder, and the explosion speed. Come on. For our universe, go. The flames of war instantly ignited the entire arena. A big melee broke out in an instant. Chapter 118 is his dad teaching him how to pick up girls. Burdock Antash 039's power beyond limits. Chapter 118 His dad is teaching him how to pick up girls. Burdock's power beyond limits. At the beginning of the tournament of power, the entire ring was in chaos. 8 universes, 80 contestants fought together in an instant. All kinds of energy Kai blast, Kigong bombs bombarded indiscriminately. Even the strong arena built by Grand Priest himself did not dare to bear the burden. Damage soon appeared. Wow! Zeno's eyes were wide open, excitedly watching the ring that had become a mess. Compared with the official tournament of power, the overview meeting becomes dull. Sure enough, his most anticipated tournament of power race was the most exciting. In the arena, as soon as the game started, Son Goku and Vegeta couldn't help but fight. They don't care which universe the opponent is in. Anyway, let's fight first. Son Gohan and Piccolo are being targeted by the guys from the 3rd universe, but with Son Gohan's current strength, coupled with the cooperation with Piccolo, the rotten fish and shrimps of the 3rd universe can't pose any threat to them. Number 16 and number 17 also went to their opponents to fight. Kahn, no. 18. Burdock and Lin Yu stood on the edge of the bead in the middle of the ring and did not take the initiative to participate in the battle. It's just that they don't take the initiative to participate in the war, which doesn't mean that trouble won't find them. Kahn, come fight with me. A soft voice suddenly came, and Caulifla fired a Kigong bomb straight at Kahn and the others. Are you annoying? Lin Yu stepped forward directly and slapped off Caulifla's Kigong bomb. Hey, I want to see how strong Cyan from the 7th universe is. Caulifla grinned, revealing a row of white teeth. Kale arrived shortly after. Kahn folded his hands on his chest, stood there calmly, and said, Xiaoyu, go beat her up. Lin Yu curled his lips and said, I don't like this type. It's all right, you'll like it. No. 18 also booed from the side. Come on, Xiaoyu, you can do it. Lin Yu, don't be distracted while fighting. Just when Lin Yu was speechless, Caulifla suddenly launched an attack. Lin Yu could only quickly come back to his senses and deal with Caulifla. Later, Kale also joined the battle between Caulifla and Lin Yu. After the battle between Lin Yu and Caulifla and Kale started, Kahn sent a voice transmission to Lin Yu. Xiaoyu, be tough, so as to leave a deep impression on the other party. That's how I treated you at the beginning, no. And, speaking from experience, it belongs to yes. Lin Yu, who was in the middle of a fierce battle with Caulifla and Kale, almost spit out a mouthful of old blood when he heard these words so. His dad is teaching him how to pick up girls. Hey hey hey. I'm only 12 years old, my soul is light. Caulifla is older than me no matter what. Puff. When Lin Yu was distracted, Caulifla caught a gap and punched heavily on the front door. I told you not to be distracted while fighting. With one hit, Caulifla couldn't help saying proudly. What are you proud of? It's not painful at all. Lin Yu held Caulifla's fist hard and turned his head, and then the casserole-sized fist hit Caulifla's lower abdomen hard. Yes, that's it. Well done, son. Lin Yu's punch directly sent Caulifla flying, so that Kahn couldn't help saying that the punch was beautiful. Kahn. While Kahn was watching the battle between Lin Yu and Caulifla, Burdock suddenly called Kahn. After regaining consciousness, Jiren realized that they were surrounded by Jiren, Toppo, Dispo, and others. It seems that their goal is very clear. Jiren, can you help me? Asked Toppo. I saw Jiren waved his hand, indicating no need. Immediately, Jiren said to Kahn, I heard you beat Vermut. Well, then what? Kahn nodded. Go ahead. Jiren is no nonsense either. His task is to eliminate Kahn. As long as Kahn is eliminated, the probability of their 11th universe winning will be greatly increased. Anyone who can defeat Vermut must have his hand. Kahn, let me do it. Burdock took a step forward and directly transformed into the Super 4 full energy form, and immediately charged Jiren directly without saying a word. Super 4 Burdock was extremely fast, and in the blink of an eye, that heavy punch directly hit Jiren's face. In the nick of time, Super 4 Burdock didn't even see what was going on. His nearly full-strength punch was caught by Jiren with one hand. The fist was caught, Burdock's middle door was wide open, and Jiren punched heavily head-on, hitting Burdock's abdomen firmly. This punch directly pushed Burdock back hundreds of meters. A long scratch was plowed on the ring, and it was only then that he managed to stabilize his retreating figure. This is not good. In the auditorium, Beerus' face sank immediately. Although Burdock and Jiren only exchanged one move, he has already seen that Jiren's strength is far superior to that of Super 4 Burdock. Vados also raised his eyebrows. It seems that the other party is not an ordinary person. Jiren is the strongest human in our universe. Even I am not his opponent. How can this kind of thing be Jiren's opponent? Not far away, Vermut raised the corner of his mouth and said proudly, What? Beerus felt even worse when he heard that. Wise was slightly surprised. Oh, I didn't expect such a master to exist in the 11th universe. Burdock in the Super 4 full energy form is no weaker than Super Blue Sun Goku or Vegeta, but that's it. In front of Jai Lion, he seems to have no resistance at all. I have to say that Jiren's strength is indeed extraordinary. After complimenting the other party, Wise continued, but we also have Master Kahn, don't we? Wise, you may have underestimated the strength of Eunuch Burdock. He just tested Jiren's strength. This form is not the strongest form of Eunuch Burdock. 11 Vados said with a meaningful arc on his vermilion lips. Hey, is Mr. Burdock still hiding his strength? Beerus also excitedly said, It would be great if it's true. Hey, let that clown Vermut be proud. In the arena, Super 4 Burdock didn't even frown after being knocked back by Jiren's punch. Then continued to attack bang bang bang. Burdock's offensive is fierce and tricky wangs, and ordinary people can't stand it at all. But in front of Jiren, there was no threat. Jiren twisted his body and avoided Burdock's fierce attack as much as possible and finally seized a gap in Burdock's attack and knocked Burdock back again. Useless work, you are not my opponent. Jiren didn't chase after the win and seemed to have little interest in Burdock. Dad, to deal with Jiren, Super Saiyan 4 is not enough. It's time to show your true strength. At this time, Kahn also reminded me. Burdock nodded. Ben said to Jiren, Ben let you see my power beyond the limit. The words fell. Burdock gasped with his feet, then clenched his fists. A terrible breath as deep as the ocean erupted from Burdock's body like a volcanic eruption. This moment, Under Burdock's terrifying aura, the entire arena shook violently. Jiren, who was expressionless just now, suddenly froze his eyes. Chapter 119. Like a son, like a father, Super 5 Burdock is born. Exclamation. Chapter 119. Like a son, like a father, Super 5 Burdock is born. Hey, what's the matter? Burdock's sudden burst of breath caught Zeno's attention. Originally, he was still paying attention to Son Goku's battlefield, but his attention was immediately attracted by Burdock. Grand Priest gazed at Burdock in the ring and said, "It seems that he will continue to transform. The Saiyan nation can improve their strength through transformation." A new transformation? I'm looking forward to it. What is it like? Zeno stared intently. Hey, are you coming? The corner of Beerus' mouth twitched. Even he was a little terrified by the terrifying aura emanating from Burdock's body. Obviously, Burdock's new transformation is definitely a qualitative leap in power. Vados narrowed his beautiful eyes. It seems that father-in-law Burdock is going to show the results of the past year's special training. In the arena, along with the continuous improvement of Burdock's aura, the faces of the proud team members gradually became dignified. Some moment. Kahn's eyes froze suddenly. It's coming. The moment the words fell, Burdock suddenly let out a deep drink, and jet-like golden energy flames soared into the sky instantly. Its aura also surged crazily at this moment. Immediately afterwards, the berserk dark red electric light kept flickering around Burdock. His appearance changed again. Rumble. At this moment, not only the arena, but even the realm of nothingness began to vibrate. During the shock, the whole body and the gods could see that Burdock's original shoulder-length black hair grew wildly at a speed visible to the naked eye. And in the transition to silver, whoosh! The golden energy arrogance covering Burdock's body is still rising, indicating that Burdock's power is still improving. Some moment. When Burdock's aura reaches a whole new level, his transformation is finally complete. Now, standing in front of everyone is the form of Super Saiyan 4 and above. Super Saiyan 5. Super 5 Burdock. Wow! It's so cool and domineering. Seeing Burdock in Super 5 form, Zeno immediately exclaimed. The corner of Grand Priest's mouth also twitched. In this way, player Grey Jiren must be in trouble next. What a power! Is this really the power that humans can possess? I didn't hear it wrong. Lord Kahn called him father just now, right? Like a son, like a father, this power is not even a god. The gods were also shocked by the terrifying power of Super 5 Burdock. With Super 5 terrifying powers, even the gods are terrified. Oh, looks like Jiren is in trouble, dear. Makarita raised her eyebrows and said, "Cut. It's fine if the son is so powerful, but is his father so strong?" Vermut, who was smug just now, couldn't laugh anymore. I don't think there's anything to worry about. Supreme Kai didn't seem to realize the seriousness of the matter, and still maintained an optimistic attitude. He pushed his glasses and said calmly, "Jiren is the strongest human being in the universe, and there is no one who can compete with him. We should be thinking right now that Jiren has to beat Burdock first and then Kahn for us to have a chance." Makarita questioned. Supreme Kai, of course what you said is easy, but Mr. Kahn's father, Mr. Burdock, is probably not weaker than Jiren now. Dear, no way, we can only trust Jiren now, Vermut said in a low voice. If they want to survive, they must win. And what about Kahn? So what if the 7th universe doesn't win? With his status as the future Gods of Destruction, even if Zeno clears the 7th universe, Kahn will never be among them. So, from the beginning, the pressure was all on them. Yahoo! The family was happy and the family was sad. When Vermut was worried, Beerus cheered directly, as expected of the father of Lord Kahn. Beat up these guys from the 11th universe for me. That's the real strength of Mr. Burdock. Wise also nodded, affirming Burdock's Super 5 form, and then asked, Sister Vados, so what is the name of Mr. Burdock's transformation? According to Kahn, This one is called Super Saiyan 5. CJCC Vados smiled. In the arena, after the transformation, Burdock raised his eyelids, and his eagle-like eyes fell directly on Jiren. This is my strength beyond the limit finished. Burdock clenched his fist. Although after a year of special training, Kaowu's powerful strength still made his body a little unbearable. Therefore, according to Burdock's estimation, he can only maintain the Super 5 form for 10 minutes at most. After that, due to lack of physical strength, or even the physical limit and other factors, the Super 5 form will be automatically released. Otherwise, it will cause irreversible damage to the body. Even die. It's just a slight increase in strength. Facing Super 5 Burdock, Jiren still seems to be sitting firmly on the Daiōyutai. It's just that in his heart, he has begun to re-examine Burdock. If he can ignore the energy of the Super 4, then he has to pay attention to the Super 5 Burdock. Otherwise, he will be the one who capsizes in the gutter. Burdock didn't answer Jiren's words. His hawk-like eyes flicked away. Next breath, boom. Before Jiren could even react, Burdock's fist sank deep into his stomach. Puff. Suffering such a heavy blow, even Jiren, who was as strong as Jiren, couldn't bear it. This punch directly made Jiren's pupils protrude a little, and then retreated wildly. Jiren. Seeing this scene, Blink Po and the others were shocked. This is the first time they've ever seen someone actually hurt Jiren before he knew it. Too fast. Even I didn't see clearly. Dispo wiped the cold sweat from his forehead and said in horror. What? Didn't you see Dispo clearly? Now, the proud team members were shocked again. Dispo is known as a supersonic fighter who can increase his speed to thousands of times at the moment of launching an attack. But even so, Dispo still didn't see Burdock's attack clearly. From this, one can imagine how fast Burdock is after transforming into Super 5. After stabilizing his figure, Jiren's complexion was a bit unsightly. Obviously, even he couldn't stand Burdock's punch just now. Taking a deep breath, Julian finally began to play seriously. He went straight into a fighting stance, taking on Super 5 Burdock with the utmost seriousness. Next second, Burdock's attack came again. Boom. This time, Jiren finally reacted, but he was knocked back hundreds of meters by Burdock's punch. Too slow. Just as Jiren stabilized his figure, Burdock's voice sounded from behind. Then an upside-down golden hook blasted towards Jiren's Qianling Guy. But Jiren is worthy of being Jiren, and his reaction speed is not covered. In the nick of time, Jiren crossed his arms and went up a block, catching Burdock's knockdown and hook. Catch it! Before Toppo and the others could be happy, they were shocked to see it. Jiren caught Burdock's upside-down golden hook, but the terrifying force also caused the ground of the ring under Jiren's feet to crack, and Jiren's indestructible body like an iron tower gradually bent down. P.S. Originally, it was said that there would be an 8th update on Monday. I would like to apologize to everyone here. The author originally thought it was a recommendation today, but it turned out to be tomorrow, so tomorrow is guaranteed to be the 8th update. Finally, please ask for flowers. Alright legends, that's it for today. If you're ready for the next chapter, smash that like button and flood the comments right now. Remember, we've got 3 days to prove this story needs to continue. Subscribe so you don't miss the drop, and I'll meet you in the next audiobook.